Oh, there's a big old square. Boom, there we go. Hello, everyone. There is sound. I'm hoping it's not peaking. And, yeah, maybe we're actually going to be good on audio for the first time. I'm not going to... Audio sounds like it's from another microphone. Oh, man. Okay. Let's take a look at this. It probably is from that. Because I just plugged that in, so let's click. Test. Test. Okay, it helps to turn the mic transmitter on. There we go. Okay. So close. Still messed it up. All right. Hold on here. I got a couple of things. Oh, that's weird. Spies of Mud, thank you for the sub. There's a lot of people here. Hello, everyone. Oh, man. So, I got the video done after 11 hours of editing to fix all of the problems that had popped up. That was a complicated one, but yeah. I hope you guys are all doing well. I want to do some quick tests on the Compaq before we move on to the actual GPIB stuff that is going to be the main focus today. I saw the video, cool. So the video revealed a couple of things that are, it's probably more reliable due to not automatically updating. I think you should make the Compaq Portable 3 daily driver. Yeah. Video's way behind the chat. Can you turn the volume up a little bit louder? Yes, I can. I should probably, let me look at, oh, why is it so quiet there? Oh, it's way, way down right there. Okay, so that should right there be good. Okay, let me check up here. I'm gonna guess that's good, but let me know if it's peaking at the hardware side, because I'm not sure. Because, yeah, hopefully that works out. 11 hours, wow, there must have been some issues with it. Yeah, so I've mentioned before how I have all these different camera angles that I record with. Those don't get audio. And what happens is, let me see if this will do this right now. Well, first off, why is it at, oh, 92% battery. Okay, let me fix this stupid HUD that pops up every time. There we go. So if I move this around a bit, we may see it stutter. No, but you may notice sometimes it sounds like it's peaking. It doesn't sound like it's peaking, at least. Okay. But sometimes this camera will stutter. Well, it turns out when that happens, it's dropping frames and changing the frame timing. And it means that the video speeds are not consistent. It ebbs and flows, meaning it was literally impossible to line up all of the different camera recording tracks. Completely impossible with the main audio track without retiming every single clip. So there's over 100 individual cuts in that video, and I had to go realign every single one of them. So that was fun. But anyway, let's get to a couple of things here about this really quick, because I don't want this to be another 5-hour stream. That's way too long and uncomfortable. So there are some things that came up in the comments on this that I really think are worth investigating. So let's turn this on, first of all. I've already put I've taken out the Connor hard drive for one. So this is the Connor hard drive that is bad, and I put the Western Digital Caviar in. We still have the GoTech connected, and I suspect I'm gonna need to use that in a moment. GoPro seems to be not so good camera. Yeah, the GoPro is really terrible. Oh, cool, the settings kept from this morning, so that's nice. See, audio is a little bit peaky. Okay, I will turn this down just a touch. So right there, that's where we'll go with. I do want to really quick say hello to Dutch Black Cat and hello to Life's Faded, since it's both of your guys' first times chatting. I did remember I wanted to give that there. Let's see. Yeah, let's give Shelby a break. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a break. So first of all, it just booted on track here. All right. And I used the bad cable to do that. That cable was not bad, which not too surprising, because I mean, the hard drive was bad, so it wasn't necessarily both were going to be bad. But one thing I did do, I don't know if we'll be able to tell this from here, kinda. There is a lot more space for the cables now. The hard drive tray, oh, and the things worked, cool. Hiram, thank you for the gifted sub. How on earth was that cable still okay? Well, Brian, I find ribbon cables to be pretty robust, actually. So I tried it out. I massaged it kind of flat, and yeah, it worked out. Have you thought about connecting the receiver straight to the streaming PC? Every time I do that, it has grounding issues, because there's something wonky going on with audio grounding. So yeah, that's why. I connect it to this because it's isolated. That's the reason. There was, so the hard drive tray that goes in there mounts two ways. It's a U-shaped piece of flat metal, so it's like that, and it was mounted with the bottom of the U on the outside. So I mounted it upside down this time, which puts the metal part of the U near the floppy drive. So you can see it right there. That's what was pinching the cables. So by doing that, there's actually enough room for the cables to all freely move in there. So it is no longer being pinched like that. USB-C connection. Oh, I don't know if mine support that. There's different levels of the Rode Go wireless 2, whatever. I could try that sometime, but I'm not going to do that live. It's working right now. Plus, eventually, I'm going to be using the mixer for recording audio stuff once I get to something that we actually need that for. Hello, Java Caffeine, since it's your first time chatting. All I know, Portizo, is that there's a couple of variations of them, but I haven't tried that. myself. So the hard drive stuff is in a much better position, and I didn't need to replace the cable. Now, I have not tried this next thing yet, and I figured this would be most fun live. Oh, actually, no, I can't do that because I still have the GoTech connected. I wanted to try this first. Apparently, Control, Alt, boom, or boom. Oh, look, the monitor's off. If I go over, why is this not working? Invalid capture channel. What on earth? Input, channel, select. That's weird. The data path card just stopped working. Why? That's a little weird. Let me try relaunching it. Invalid capture channel. Okay. Can OBS grab it directly? The data path card is not showing up in the capture computer. One moment. I may have an alternative here. Let's do that. And then that. Seriously? Well, okay, apparently, oh, you know what would help if I plugged in the video? That's not gonna fix a data path problem, but this will work. Haha, there is the output from the Compaq on another monitor. There's a shortcut that you press, Control, Alt, comma, or period, that sends the video either to the plasma display. Here, I can show you both at the same time. Either the plasma display or the external display. So it's an either or solution, not both, which is super weird. I don't know why it's like that, because again, I've demonstrated CJ as a digital signal. You can just split it without having any issues, but that's how they decided to do it for some reason. So, yeah. But we have one more thing to do. Yeah, Hiram, gas plasma is definitely better than LCD. There are two advantages. One, color, but I would sacrifice color for a portable thing like this because it's awesome, and you don't really need color on a DOS computer that's not going to be used for a lot of games. And two, capture. I would really like to be able to do capture at the same time I'm using this, but if it's either or, I can't realistically do capture and use it. I would have to use it through capture, which would kind of defeat the whole gas plasma purpose thing. So, not going to be an ideal capture computer. But there's one more thing we need to try. The floppy drive probably works. Let's try and plug that in. So all I'm doing here is just unplugging the GoTech, and I plugged the 1.2 meg drive in. I'm gonna wait for it to boot here. Press the shortcut halfway. Oh yeah, just hold it. Then both will be active. It'll be constantly going back and forth between them. Yeah. Let's see, the gas plasma looks like it's much better response than early LCD screens. Oh, massively, way better. This blows the LCD on the Sharp PC 7000 out of the water. Hands down, not even a competition. See, the plasma display, oh yeah, yeah, I got that, okay. So, yesterday, I would take a disc, I would put it in, I would lock it in, and then I would try and read the disc, and it would not work. We can see the drive light, I might be able to tell, drive light is turning on, and it will just say, oh, no, I'm not gonna work. Now, I haven't tried this yet. This is my first time actually doing this. So I might end up eating crow here, but, come on, finish the abort. Is it? I really hate how, maybe I should have done fail. Fail, there we go. See, all right. This was pointed out to me by V Westlife, who is another computer YouTuber. that I had this in backwards. So let's see if that works. Chat is partly over the screen. Okay. The lights are, it's still not working. That's unfortunate, because that would have been amazing. Looks like it is still bad in some other way. That's too bad. But I could actually see it being upside down. I don't know. But it doesn't seem to want to work still. So yeah, I'm not totally sure. The drive doesn't really give any solid indication. So I wouldn't have any clue. I'm used to label towards me, but if it is upside down, maybe. I'll try it one more time. Retry, so we can see LED going. I still don't think I hear it spinning. But yeah, that's not looking great. I think the LED is doing more. Dirty heads. You know, that is possible. I have my head cleaning kit right here. We can try that. Okay. Let's give this a shot, just in case. So this is a cleaning disc, and you put this into a sleeve, and yeah, that one's got one in it, and it's looking a little gross because I don't throw these away. I just keep reusing them. I don't know why it looks so grungy in the middle, but all right. So you just take one of these. Oh, they come sealed here, not like that, like this. All right, so this is a new pad that's never been used. So you tear it open, and there's actually isopropanol inside, basically, some kind of solvent, alcohol. But because you can't exactly get more of these, I try to avoid using new discs all the time. So, well, see, VARs, the thing is, LED and lever are usually at the top. Yeah, that is a thing for the 5 1/4 stuff. VARs, it could be quiet. That's the thing. I don't know. It could actually just be a really good drive. So I'm going to try and put a little bit of new, I hate these kinds of bottles for pouring, put a little bit of new isopropanol on the pad. Actually, just do it this way. I'll be less traumatic. Just doing that, and it'll be ready to go. I don't think it needs to be perfect coverage, so I'm just going to go with that. Pop this. Actually, I can absorb some of what's spilled. Pop this in here, and now we'll run it. This should make a lot of noise if it spins. This is always audible. So this will be a really good test if it's spinning, actually. So let's give it a shot. It's definitely not spinning. So, yeah. So I'm looking at the user's manual for Portable 3 and Archive. It shows the label being faced towards you. Okay, so it is supposed to be like how seemed intuitive. All right. But the drive, I don't hear it spinning, and you should definitely be able to hear the felt pad spinning. So yeah, I'm gonna call the drive toast for now. Probably gonna need to... Okay, yeah, Helen Cross got a good point here. Let's do this. Let's align the sector 0 index hole. So that's there. And now, if that changes position, we will know if it spins. Yeah, Hiram, you're looking at something like this. That's the kind you're talking about there. That's better. I just have some 70% that I wanted to use for this instead. It did not move, most likely. So, yeah. All right. So we did figure out video out, and the hard drive cable is good, and the cables are back in there much more sensibly. So there was still a little bit of new info here. Unfortunately, that floppy drive working would have been really awesome, but can't have it all. So, okay, I'm gonna shut this off and put it away, and now we're gonna get to the main focus for today, which is GPIB stuff. So let me just get this out of here. Can you somehow... Yeah, that so vars, that's what I was doing with the index hole. That would most likely give me an indication of whether or not the disc spun at all. I'll just put that over there for now. And I will reassemble it all later. Okay, so I don't have any out right now. I put up a picture of one on Twitter, and that was actually an old picture of a capacitor that is the kind that I'm going to need to be reforming for the now multitude of projects I have. And the thing is that reforming those capacitors is going to take a lot of work because I have a bunch of them to get through. Not only has the Data General just been chock full of enormous capacitors. Let me swap out the camera here. But I now have a bunch of IMSI stuff that also does the IMSI itself, the CompuPro, the 3 pairs of 8-inch disk drives, and a hard drive I got with it. Yeah, so the thing is that I'm really going to have to settle into some kind of workflow for reforming those capacitors, and the way I want to do it is to automate it with GPIB test equipment. So what I have here is a package that I believe contains a USB GPIB cable, and I am really looking forward to checking this out. Now, this is actually from a viewer, and I've never done a proper viewer mail on stream before, so I'm gonna do this live here. K-Kun, hello, since it's your first time chatting. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and do the full viewer mail thing here. Unfortunately, I don't have that censored, so I'm not gonna be able to hold it up to the camera because it's there's stuff all over and it's printed on the bag, so I won't be able to do that too well. Oh, Hiram, thank you for the gifted sub. So this package comes from, where is that? Okay. Hey Google, show me Horden, Australia on a map.
Showing pictures that match.
No, no, not even close. And sorry, I meant to mute the thing. Oops. Well, that was completely useless. All right. One moment, because I've got to figure out here where to put this pin. I should have looked this up first, but I thought it was going to be easier to find. Where's that? Am I misreading this? Oh, wait, there's a printed label. No. No. Cordon, Australia, maybe? Aha, that is, I believe, it. And maybe it is pretty much near Sydney. Okay, so we can put on Sydney. So this package comes from Randall in Cordon, Australia, and it looks like we're going to be putting a pin in for Sydney. So let me get that ready to go. Oh man, this thing sucks at focusing close. I forgot about that. Just have to go with it. There we are. And I will now open it down here really quick. Okay, I think that probably would have been okay to show, but here we are. This is a National Instruments GPIB USB HS adapter, and oh man, this is really excellent. So, how many pins do you have so far? I honestly have no idea. I never really have an opportunity to show the whole globe, but there are a lot, and it's really cool the way I do it with the magnets because you get depth to it as well. What do you mean a clone GPIB adapter? This is not an authentic National Instruments one? So, actually, this will probably capture the label better there. That one not? Can't use my Prime sub to sub to you. It's so there's a box that you have to check when you do it. It can be a little weird, especially if you already have a gift sub. See, I don't know what Hungary has to do with it. I don't know if that means that it is a clone. Hopefully it just works if it is a clone. But yeah, there are a number of pins on the globe, which is kind of... Europe is fairly empty, yeah. I think I have pins from every continent except Australia, or not Australia, Africa, and obviously Antarctica, and that one's never going to happen, so yeah. But yeah, no, there's a fair number of pins, and I think there's more magnets than pins that are stacked on it. So, see, the Chinese-made clones of it look identical, only has fake serial number that was blocked after... That's not good. Well, hopefully this isn't. Then, if I opened it, would we be able to tell? Would that be a strong indicator? Last time I used it was a year ago, so it should be free. I don't know. It is... They do not make it easy all the time. Yeah, this thing is... It feels substantial. The cable is really nice. So we'll go ahead and open it up to see if there's anything funky looking. I'm gonna guess not, but just in case. There's a bit for my screwdriver that I thought was over here. I don't know where it went. Probably get the Gotek out of here too. Man, excuse me for a moment. Okay. It's the official Windows drivers. Oh, the open source ones don't care? Excellent. Well, I am mildly curious of what's in here, no matter what. Well, you know what? We won't do that, because I would rather this stream not take forever, and I would like to get this working. So... let's go ahead and try this. Now, I haven't researched what all I'm going to need to do here, but the first thing I want to do is grab my HP 34401A that's down here, which is currently screwed into a GPIB cable, so I just need to unscrew it real quick. And we will bring this up here, and this will be the first thing we test with this, because I'm already familiar with how to configure it. Sort of. Seems like every time I try to actually do it on stream, I mess up something. So, I really don't know how this thing's going to show up, so this is going to be interesting. See, on mobile I can see it, but it says at the moment it's not available. Maybe I need some watch time. Maybe. I don't know how that works. So, I'm going to plug this in. Oh, it's very, very chunky. It's a substantial cable. Ooh, that is nice, Jot 76. All right, there's that. And the nice thing about these is that that should be able to be plugged into one of the GPIB pass-through connectors. Like, oh, this, I can barely hold this up because it's actually plugged into something down there, which would mean I could connect it to all of my lab gear at once without it just being connected to only one thing. Unless they're really cruel and it's like fixed to a specific GPIB address, which I could see them doing, but I don't actually know. So I'm gonna plug, I don't have capture set up on this, I think. Let me check here real quick, like close some stuff. Okay, I didn't bring up the mouse and keyboard either. I barely had time to get everything set up this morning because I had to go to the post office because I was actually hoping to do a different stream today, but it didn't work out because I was missing some mail. But probably Wednesday now because I won't be able to get it on Sunday. Let's see. Don't the old pet drives use GPIB? Yes, all of them do. So like I have a, mine is an 8040, I believe, but those do as well. The thing is that that's just an interface. It's kind of like, you know, the old Lego Mindstorm programmable blocks use a serial infrared transmitter. That doesn't mean that that thing is compatible with IRDA drivers. It might be, but what I mean is that you can't always just plug something in and have it work. So, yeah. But all right, let's see if that's going. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and switch to this. I'm going to bring up my frustrations over the Keychron K8 being a terrible keyboard that never connects when you think it will. Please connect. I hate this dance. I do this all the time. Constantly. There we go. Spamming a button, waiting for it to connect. All right, so we're going to bring up this LS USB. I want to make this nice and big so you guys can see it. And then we're going to plug in the GPIB adapter, and we will actually, let's just go ahead and LS USB B, and then plug it in. LS USB, although there's so few things, will probably just show up there. Bingo, right there. Now I don't know how you use it from here. LS dev. Is there anything here that seems new? Because I was wondering if it might just show up as like a TTY, because I could see that, but doesn't necessarily look like it. So maybe we'll do this. LS dev A, okay, and LS dev B, diff B, A. Oh, doesn't look like there's anything in there. Okay. Let's do, just for giggles, LS USB to B, and then diff those, make sure I got that right. Yeah, okay. So it doesn't show up in dev. Hellencroft, looks like there's a driver I'm gonna need to do or some configuration stuff. So let me really quick here check on that. Go over to here. Let's see. Oh, looks like low delay. Did you switch to NDI? So K-Kun, I haven't yet. What I'm doing here is I have an HDMI capture card plugged in. It causes other issues. And it could potentially lock up if I try and change any settings on it, but it's working-ish. So for right now, that is my solution. So let's see here. Oh, I got water. LS mods, who drivers? I probably need to install drivers. I don't necessarily know that Linux kernel is just going to come with drivers out of the box. I did not install drivers, so it's very likely that I'm going to need to set it up. So, let's see. I know I don't have capture on because I'm doing web browsery type stuff. Let's see here. Drag that over. See, yeah, there's a bunch of Linux GPIB stuff, it seems. Let's see. let's take a look at some of these here. So, nice, the serial number for my fake USB GPIB adapters for a PCI GPIB card. Let's see, those is intended to help, yada yada, such as perfect. That's the one we've got right there. I assume you're running a recent Linux distribution such as time makes fools of it all. Recent Linux distribution such as Ubuntu 10.04. It's funny, I have actually run that, although it should work for previous versions as well. Get the latest Linux GPIB driver from here. Okay, so what I'm going to try first is sudo apt install, and let's just see if there's a GPIB type thing. No. Linux, why is it slash dash GPIB? No. It looks like no. So let's check this Linux GPIB package home. Yeah, I'm thinking I should maybe look it up here. Linux GPIB drivers. Make sure that I still go for, well, that's the first link, so all right. Available source code, yada yada, requirements, the 4X release series being maintained, keeping working condition by all boards supported. Okay, so it looks like I should probably grab this. Updated 2020, okay, for extraordinarily ancient kernels. Hopefully this works. This could be fun. See, if you want, I can check your serial number. Sure. Did you grab it before, or do you need me to hold it up to the camera again? I guess I can just type it into chat. Come on. There we go. Green background with a link about a package driver? Oh, Debian packages. You are correct. Well, that just took me to Debian.org. Delightful. All right, let me grab this so I can type it in here. 1833 EFA. I thought it was a weirdly simple serial number. There we go. That's what that is. Okay, so what's the name of the Debian package? Maybe the link. Nope, it just... the URL that it goes to, copy link, is literally just debian.org. So, I don't know. Let's see. Let me do this. Linux GPU driver Ubuntu. See, maybe that'll bring up something. I don't think this NI driver or ni.com link is probably going to work. Yeah, Ubuntu's not supported. All right, let's just ignore that. Linux-GPIB. Should it be just Linux-GPIB here? Sudo apt install Linux-GPIB. What? There we go. All right. It's a hard time checking that serial number. Weird. GitHub link. Okay, let me look at that tux capacitor. I'm just going to go back to here for now. Boom. Okay. Oh man, that's a whole lot of steps. Good grief. All right. Ooh, I like the Python 3 stuff. That's it's gonna be a good language to work in. I was just gonna start out with Bash, but if we can go straight to Python, that'll be better. All right, let's settle in here, because this, I think, is gonna be a moment. All right. So this, hopefully this works and is pretty cool, because this is kind of my dream here, is be able to control this stuff from modern computer. So let's just get started with the copy paste fun. Boom. All right. gpib ugh. Lost datagram. The thing about gpib is that it's going to allow me to connect all of my test equipment in a standardized way, and I would say inexpensively, but not really. But the cheap test equipment that I get to buy instead, I think, does make up for the cost of getting like USB stuff instead, or networking stuff. So I've got a Windows XP machine for sitting about. I can still run HPLC. Yeah. So I'm trying to do it from modern Linux. So let's see. Yeah, I've used PyVisa to interface with gpib devices before. Works pretty well. I'm liking the sound of this. So, okay, let's do cd git. Oh, cd. That was very helpful. Cd git. Then I will svn. Check out that. Checked out revision 2020 cd that. Okay, then we got a cd linux gpib kernel. Okay, then we're gonna do make and a sudo make install. Oh, we got two things that we've got to, okay, that's a thing. All right, make. Nice, your serial number is for... Awesome. That's excellent. Oh, that's really nice. That it's a genuine looking serial number. So, cool. Welcome to the next episode of Building Drivers with Shelby. Yeah, how often... I swear Linux isn't like this all the time, where you're just constantly rebuilding drivers for stuff. Frustrating thing was... oh, that was quick. Okay. cd... change into user. You know, you can really just run sudo make install. Oh, maybe you can't. Make? Yeah, what's the deal here? Why did that not work? Linux gpib user. There's makefile, sort of. Makefile.am. Configure.ac. Sounds seems a little weird. Code, gpib user, gpib code, gpib user. Vim install. Okay. Configure. Ah, okay. cd your Linux gpib user directory, run the configure script. Typically be run as, I mean, that seems like it'd be pretty standard. Okay, so we'll just do config, no. It's always annoying how this doesn't actually, I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, what? There is no configure thing in there, so yeah. Automake and auto configure, is that it? See, anyway, I've got to take off for a bit, have some stuff to get to. All right, have fun, Brian. See, what does bootstrap script do? I have no idea, but I'm going to run automake, because that seems about right. Whoa. Auto configure. Is it just going to be autoconf? Nope. Error. It's not happy. Make. Grr. Okay, how to make... Oh, that's a lot of complaining. Why did this not have to do it? Bootstrap script is specified in install. All right, let me check that again. Vim install. Unpack the archives. Okay. Says run configure. It boot. Okay, if configure script does not exist. Oh, okay. Bootstrap. Boom. Is that now configure? Ugh. That's my first time encountering something like that with the bootstrap file. That's kind of annoying. Make. Build systems are the worst. Yes, I will always maintain that it's not that Linux is inherently bad in that you have to build software. It's that the documentation for this stuff is terrible. Like the bootstrap thing, that should be the first line in that. No one who's already familiar with the SVN here should need to run bootstrap or would know, or hold on, let me rephrase that. In the install thing here, all right, bootstrap is how far down in the thing here. Okay. Well, okay, it wasn't that far down, but this should have been first, because anyone who's unfamiliar with this is just going to be looking for commands to run one after another. They're going to go for that line right there first, which means, well, you guys can't really see that. It means that you're going to run that line first because it's big and separate, but then in this note down here, you're going to see you should run bootstrap first, but it should have bootstrap first in there. Because obviously, if you don't know how to compile this, you're not familiar with the SVN, and you've never run it before. So that should be first. But anyway, yeah, it's just frustrating. There's a lot of bad choices that are made when distributing Linux software that hurt new users. So, sudo make install. There we go. So make your own drivers is all open source? Yeah. See, my fake GPIB adapter serial now shows up as an ADC module. Whoa. Huh. Yeah, Tater's game, that is, yeah. Gotta pick the places where you complain, because that will happen. Check if USB dongle is connected. I mean, I'll check by seeing it's right there. It's plugged in. So, okay. Yep, my product and vendor IDs even work. Okay, load kernel module. Boom, that was the wrong thing. Boom. Okay. Update cache. All right. Why isn't this just like one script? Is there a script you can download? No. Okay. Check if kernel module is loaded. Check. Looks good. All right. Create config file. So, okay, I'm going to complain a little bit again here. This should not be after this, because I want to first vim this, and oh, that's fun, there's stuff in there, and then paste this in. It's the order of precedence. You have to find the file and then know what you put in it. So documentation again. So interface. Excuse me. All right. Oh my gosh. Man, blah. Thank you in the chat. Blah. Oh man, Google, what are you gonna tell me? There's an air quality alert? Because it does that on there. No, it doesn't look like it. But man, blah. See, auto run bat. Yeah, really. Auto config, auto make are the best worst things that happen to software. Janpots, I would say, once you understand it, CMake is really good. I am a big fan of CMake, so that's my preferred way to go. But it is kind of frustrating that there isn't just one simple standard way that's built into GCC. There should really just be something that's part of that, rather than these external configuration and build setup tools. There should be something in GCC. And apparently, if make is part of that tool set, it is insufficient. And there should be something that's part of that that is better. That's one of the reasons why stuff like Visual Studio is really nice, because it handles all of that a lot better. So, all right, so I'm gonna change how I have this laid out here because I'm looking back and forth at more stuff. So, let's see, how to do, let's see. Allergic to bad documentation, yeah, really. Zoom this out a little bit. There we go, that's better. So, create config file. Okay, so minor 0, check. Board type, so I'm gonna adjust that. NI underscore USB underscore B, I guess. At the top, it says, well, I don't know, sure, why not? I don't know where you would find that as being the name. So I'm glad that he, or they, seem to be using the same version I am. Optional name allows you to get a board descriptor using, okay. Well, I don't know, it's not Violet. A USB GPIB thing. Pad 0, then master. Oh man, yes, interface board is system controller. Okay, ooh, that's cool. So it could be a device that listens as well then. I'm guessing if you set that to false, which would mean you could do data transfers over it. That's kind of cool. Which means that this could be connected to something like a Commodore PET and emulate the disk drive. I think that's what CBM Link does on like a 5150 or something. That's an older system running DOS. But there might be a Linux version of that or something. All right, but all that looks good. Why is Vim not happy? Right quit. Read only. Oh, I'm so glad I came into this and did all that. Yeah, just quit, whatever. Sudo Vim thingamajig. Boom. Board type, NI USB underscore B. Okay, everything else is the same, and that's it. I'll leave it as Violet, whatever. Test GPIB configuration, sudo GPIB config. Expected result, no output, no error. Okay, try to communicate with the device. Enter the address. Okay, so let me plug this in and fire it up. Ow. All right. Editors will shout at you if you can't write the file. Yeah, really, it should have a warning that pops up when you first launch it, like, do you want to continue? Like it does when you have like a swap file. It should have something like that. That would be really nice. I'm not as annoyed by that as I am bad documentation, though. Okay. IB test. Yeah, what was the address on this? Let's turn it off and on again. ADDR7. Okay. Do you wish to open a device? Probably want to open a device. Yes. Enter address 7. Right. String star IDN. Boom. R100. Beep. Okay, that didn't seem right. But it beeped, so that means something happened. See, what I usually do if I accidentally edit a file's non-root is write it to temp. Yeah, I could see that. That's not a bad way to go, Otaku no Podcast. See, Nano does, but it's very easy to miss. Ah, yeah, but then you have to use Nano. But that's good for Nano. So I approve of that. Let's see. Let's try right again here. Star IDN question mark R100. Bingo! We got data. That's it right there. GPIB working. Oh, that's excellent. Okay. That took, I mean, that was annoying with the GPIB driver compilation process there. But that was still way quicker than LabVIEW on correct period hardware and all that stuff. Oh, that's cool. All right, install Python 3 stuff. Alrighty, let's continue. All of it was already installed, it looks like. I'm gonna fight the urge to install PySide right now and try and make this GUI at the same time because that sounds like a bad idea. So we're just gonna go with CLI all for now. Oh, we're supposed to be in the user folder still. Okay, CD language. Okay. There's something in there, I guess. ls. Yeah, what is... Do I have to go into Python? Language. Oh, Py did have to go into Python. That's my fault. Bingo. Okay. Test script. Alrighty. They got close here. They put a file path. I'm okay with that. Vim. Boom. Okay. Import. Oh, I hate that capitalization, but all right. There we go. Something's not right. Yeah, okay. So Vim that. Okay. There we are. Boom. And then we're not doing that. chmod plus x test gpib. Boom. Does it sleep for 10 seconds? Fail. Syntax error, huh? Alrighty. Vim. What was the error? Line 4, unexpected token. That is, attempt to perform the operation was not allowed. Well, that's weird. Let's see. Oh, Wesley, thank you for the gifted sub. Let's see. You should add shebang. Is that for the exclamation point to force a save? I don't know if that would work. See, I'm not sure what you mean by missing shebang. I have no idea what you're talking about. I can do Python. I mean, it's not. Yeah, so that's also weird. The problem, I changed to the directory that it was in, so. Oh, you know, yeah, you're totally right. Yeah, fair. User bin. That's my fault. Python. Actually, Python 3, because Ubuntu's dumb. Boom. Okay, now X is not defined, which X is your interface number. Oh, it's not a direct copy paste. Y should be interface address. Okay, well, okay, that's fair. I would think they should define them as variables up top. Okay. ID board failed to open the device. Permission denied. Okay, so ls dev, and then I'm going to do ls-l. And you know what? Screw that. Grep gpib. Oh, it's just root? That's the group? That's really annoying. It doesn't have like a gpib group because I want to just put myself in the gpib group. Dark Transfer, thank you for commenting in there with that. I did get it. Let's see. If this is Windows, I won't guess that it should run with Python. Yeah. Let's see. Time to bust out a UDEV rule. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I don't know if they're gonna go through that in this. I don't think so. It's been a little while, so I'm gonna have to look that up because I don't remember exactly how you do that. UDEV group for USB device. Or just sudo it. I'd rather not. That doesn't look like it's going to do what I want. See, oh, that's a long thing. Although it looks like he did all the stuff that I need there. Okay. Sudo every time I join a Linux stream. See, make sure USB product and vendor codes match up. They look like they do. So let me go ahead and grab that really quick here. You know what I should do? I should just open a pop-out chat and then have that on the other screen so I can just grab it. And you guys copy-paste stuff. There we go. And now it'll be extra confusing when you're watching it, so I will probably minimize that. Okay, man, that's long. See, actually, that'll also help because I'm like having to look over there to see stuff. Yeah, UDEV reload. Thank you, that does help. So, sudo vim, etc. UDEV, okay, rules.d. And, oh, CryoFlux puts one in. That's interesting. Alrighty. Let's go. I don't know, 55. Why not? That's arbitrary. 55 gpib dot rules. Boom. Paste. Okay. And I do believe that that all matched. So I'll just real quick, ls USB. It is 3923 and 79B. 3923, 702. Was it 702 or 709? It's 709. Okay. Let me fix that. Yeah. Let's just cheat. There we go. Okay, I think that'll work. Right quit. And let's trigger the UDEV thingamajig. Boom. I deleted a quote. Okay, I will check that. I did. Good catch. See, thank you. Both lost datagram and abolish. Blobish. And Balaka. Thank you. Okay. Right quit. Paste the UDEV control. Boom. Let's root that. Oh, whoa. There we go. Okay, ls. Actually, let's do. Boom. Okay, that's still that, but I may need to unplug it and plug it back in. Wait, isn't that two rules that are supposed to be on two lines? Oh, I will double check. Because that could do it. Subsystem. Yeah, okay. It's not updating. Is this going to be a thing where I have to restart? Because I'm feeling like it is. Unplug. Actually, unplug it. Let's see what it says. Okay, they all show up. Yeah. I immediately changed my world. You can do UD without specifying a device. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can just do that and it'll reset all of them. I have actually done some UDEV stuff. UDEV foot pedal. Let's see. I don't know if mine will show up here. GitHub. Actually, probably just search my username, AKB. There we go. That'll probably do it. Boom. So, under my directions here, I don't believe UDEV. Actually, what is it? See, I'm not sure that rule looks like. Surely need something like subsystem gpib. Let's see. Sysmatch event. Well, I did see some other UDEV AM. Maybe I was doing that, so I'm not sure. I'll look at the UDEV file again there. Lost datagram, because I'm not very familiar. Let's see, subsystem gpib. There's not sure. Surely you need something like subsystem called gpib. I'm not sure. I think maybe we'll just chalk this up to a later problem for now. Maybe I will just run root, because I don't want to dwell too much on that. It's annoying to have to do it as root, but oh well. Let's do that. Still error. Okay. No such device. I hope I didn't just mess it all up by changing UDEV stuff now. Okay. So I'm not sure what I'm looking at there. Lost datagram. I am really quick here gonna do that test program from earlier just to make sure that it's still working. Device AS7, all right, star IDN question mark, read 100, and OS error. You need a rule with subsystem common gpib, okay. Okay, so I think, yeah, now I think it's kind of messed up. Star IDN, question mark, read 100. Yeah, so I think we need to fix that. So you're saying subsystem gpib common. I guess I'll do this way. Install the root and remove the vendor product ID. Oh, okay. Okay. Right. Boom. I don't want to solve that. Okay. Do that. Okay. Plug and unplug. Still didn't do it. I'm going to real quick run the test program. D7 right star IDN question mark. Actually, did I do right star IDN question mark OS error? Okay, so I think it's cranky now. Error. Okay. Device address 7 right star IDN. It's all unhappy now. Okay. Dratino, maybe. Let me just really quick. I'm trying to reset like the whole thing here. I love when just trying to fix something makes everything else worse. Yeah. It seems maybe not so happy. Okay, device address 7. Right. Star ID N. Okay. Error. Oh, it is worse now. Definitely worse. Chat is on the screen twice. Yeah, because I have to be able to read it. I mean, I can do that, but then it's just going to be hard for you to see. I could crop the laptop capture, actually. So if you want, I can do. No, not that. That. And then you won't have to put up a scene it twice. Just when I forget and have stuff off onto that side. So I'm not happy that this is now broken, and I'm wondering if maybe I should reboot the laptop to see if that comes back, because that's a little weird. Device. GPIB address 7. I was thinking to hide the chat on your webcam. Well, that's not a lot for me to see. So 7. Okay. Right. Data string. Star IDN. Yeah, it's not sending data at all now. Sudo reboot. Okay, let's just take a little break here. See if that fixes it. Boop. All right. And then if that doesn't work, we're doing it on the capture PC. And we're not touching UDEV. Because, oops. While we're rebooting, let me mention something. So previously, we used an HP 6633 when we were using the ISA GPIB adapter on LabVIEW in Windows 98. And one moment. We were using my 6633 that was a 0 to 20 volt model. Well, today we're going to be using this one, which is a 0 to 50 volt model. And the reason is I looked up the data sheet for these, and the 0 to 50 volt model actually has finer incremental control over the current on it. The 20 volt model is 1.2 milliamps precision, but this one is half a milliamp precision. Now that matters because our upper limit for current when reforming capacitors is 10 milliamps. And that's not a number that I've just pulled out of thin air. I will go ahead and bring up, oh man, video capture is gonna be a little weird on this thing, but we'll see how this goes. Let's do Cancel. Cancel screen capture. HDMI. Sure, we'll go with that one. If we look at this over here, we have a Department of Defense capacitor reforming guide. And in this, they say for radial capacitors, when doing capacitor reforming voltage, you should not exceed, where was it, 10 milliamps per radial capacitor in the circuit. So this is the guide that I'm using when, over here, the guide that I'm going to be using for reforming capacitors. Now, it would be really nice if the capacitor manufacturers actually, do you have a link for it? It was, oh man, I do somewhere. I can, you know what, hold on, let me get this stupid keyboard to connect over here, and then I can do it from this laptop. So I do, just give me a moment. Copy. All right. There you, nope, one moment. Click. Copy link. Now that should work. There you are. That's where you can get that if you want. Okay, well, hold on here. Let me get rid of this. So you can look at that if you want. The manufacturers for capacitors, most of the Japanese ones, all reference a paper that is actually supposed to tell you this kind of thing. But the thing is that it is a paid-for standard that you can't just go find. So while the manufacturers do actually specify some of this information, you can't just go get it through the standards that they specify. You'd actually have to pay money. I found it for like $97, and screw that, I'm not paying that. But the conventional wisdom I've heard is also about 10 milliamps as well, but it may stem from that document. I don't know. So that's, yeah. See, also a lot more involved in what I've seen, just running system needing reformed in caps and a variac and a light bulb. So cookie jar, the thing about that is that the instant you have any switch mode power supplies in there or logic chips, circuits like that, it really isn't applicable. That was only useful for like vacuum tube stereos and amplifiers and stuff, because that stuff's all linear. The instant you have regulated supply voltages, that no longer applies, because the stuff won't kick on until it reaches the threshold, and then it will just be on. So while you may be able to reform the main filter caps, anything past those is not going to get touched. So that's why it's not not good. See, yeah, that's most of what I've seen it in. Shout out, yeah. So that's the thing, and I need to reform capacitors in computers. So I'm not sure where in circuit these caps are. I've not been able to find schematics for all the power supplies, so what I'm going to be doing is taking them out of circuit, reforming them individually, and then once I'm satisfied that all the more dangerous looking capacitors have been reformed, or I should say expensive looking capacitors have been reformed, then I can flip the switch. So yeah, if it's good enough for the DoD, it's probably fine for us. That's kind of what I'm going with, or at the very least, no one's going to complain that I'm pulling standards out of thin air and I can point to something that is very official looking. So yeah, at that point, why not put new caps in? There's a very good reason I'm not. So let's go here. All right. Data generals, cost, yes. So I have the Micronova, which is sitting right there. That has at least there, 2 giant can caps in it. There's a 25 megabyte hard disk right there. That has, I believe, 3 in it. The Nova 4X right there has at least 2. And then there is a 6095 drive in both the 4X and Micronova chassis. Both of those have, I believe, 3 giant caps. The IMSI there has 4 giant caps. The CompuPro has at least 2. And then I have 3 pairs of 8-inch disk drives out there that all have a bunch of them. Each one of those caps are $30 or $40 each. So we're looking at upwards of $800 in capacitors if I have to replace all of those. So yeah, I'm not looking to do that. So reforming caps is the way to go. Because yeah, I don't want to spend that much money on those. So you're saying, okay, we got one last UDEV thing. I'm going to try running the test program one more time here. Let's see, let's do this. I'm gonna run the test program. Device, because I want to see if it actually works. Let me get the power supply off of the multimeter. The multimeter is not on, so that's why that failed. Also, that's a slightly different error than before, so that's interesting. See, I'd have expected the current would somehow depend on the capacitance, maybe even the voltage. So the current is, I do actually have more documents that I can go over on this here. I'll cover that in a moment. Let me just quickly test this. On. Device address 7. Unplug. Plug. I moved the file out. Device address 7. All right, let's go really far up and run the lines that will start the GPIB stuff. Device 7. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, right, star IDN, question mark, boom, sending string. This went into remote, R100. Okay, it errored, but it kind of did that last time too, R100. Trying to read. Hold on. Right, star IDN, question mark, read 100. Hewlett Packard 34418. Okay, perfect. So yes, there is communications. It is working, and it's because we removed the UDEV rule completely. So this is back to stock. I don't know why it fails at first. I may have to do something to set it up, or I don't know, whatever it's complaining about. But we won't worry about that. So I will try the final thing here. Move 55 to. Actually, I'm gonna have to do a sudo on that, aren't I? Sudo move, etc. UDEV, not USB, mode switch, UDEV. Rules, there we go. And we will vim that. And add the last line there, kernel, copy, oh, boom, okay. Right, now I'm gonna hold on this for a moment. So last datagram, you can take a look at that before I go ahead and restart this. And I'm gonna catch up here. See, the last line is already there. Oh, it is. Good catch. So this should be here. Right, and I'm gonna zoom it out slightly so everything goes onto one line. Hopefully that's still legible enough. To be honest, I think you just get rid of the top 2 lines, really? So delete those 2. So what's a plug? Oh, that's going to change the group to plug dev. Let's see. Okay, assuming that the replaceable meet all the requirements needed, maybe not applicable, but if there's high voltage spikes and such, most of my own capacitor works, been analog system with TV and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, when you're doing analog televisions and stuff like that, you know, the Variac's going to be totally fine. But yeah. See, I've got a tell-type power supply from the original caps. The leakage current is better than modern caps. Yeah, that's another thing, is that those old ones can be pretty good. So if that's looking good there, then I will try that in a moment. But I'm just really quickly going to show you why the leakage current needs to be monitored in such a specific way. So if we go back to this, another document I can open here is like one of the few actually useful technical things that I've found from one of the capacitor manufacturers. If we scroll down here, it will go over the construction of an electrolytic capacitor. Let me just quickly misalign that so people will get annoyed. If I grab this and I move it down here so you can see my face while I'm talking. Electrolytic capacitors are a winding set of different layers, and there is an insulating layer between two metallic layers. And on the metallic layers, you have this etching on the surface of it, and then the forming on here is an aluminum oxide that forms to insulate between the anode and the cathode. And this oxide has to be very carefully built up using extremely low current, and that is all you're doing. So it is variable. You can increase the current as you increase the voltage because it will actually take a little bit longer to do. What I'm probably going to do is program this to use a ratio to the target voltage, where we'll start out at like maybe 3 milliamps, maybe even 5, go that high, and then work our way up to 10 milliamps as we get closer to the final voltage. The voltage rating of a capacitor is just how thick that oxide layer is on the capacitor's layers there. So the thicker that is, the higher the voltage rating, because it is the dielectric that separates the anode and cathode. So what happens when you have a capacitor that just sits is that oxide layer degrades and it becomes thinner in spots over time. And then when you plug it in and it gets the voltage from whatever the upstream source is, it's so high that it's able to just punch through the dielectric layer, and then you get a short and it's toast, and it heats up and boom. So what you need to do is you need to have a really low voltage and low current that works correctly, and then the capacitor consumes some of the electrolytic fluid to reform, to rebuild that layer of oxide. And from there, you can then slowly turn up the voltage, and it will build up the oxide layer even more. And then eventually you're back up to spec. And while you have consumed some of the electrolyte, the capacitor is probably still going to work just fine because it's not that much overall. And then it will be a working capacitor that you have avoided blowing up. So that's why you do all that. And this is the diagram of, oh, did it? Thanks for not updating. This is why I don't do video capture on the streaming PC, because it should look like that. It just doesn't update all the time. That's why I use the laptop. But yeah, so over here are the images of examples with the foil having a etched surface, and then below that, the second image is the formation of the electrolytic stuff. So yeah. Okay, just add a new line. Okay, boom. Yeah. Thicker dielectric would give lower capacitance. That's true. Yeah, so running a 100 volt cap at 50 volts for decades turns it into a 50 volt cap. Effectively, yes. And that's why doubling the voltage rating isn't necessarily the best idea. Getting as close as possible is what you want. And that ties in with what Lost Datagram there says, is that if you use a capacitor that's so far outside of its normal voltage rating, the capacitance will actually end up being different as the dielectric becomes thinner. The capacitance will increase, which could then change your circuit. So it is not always advisable to get a much higher voltage rating capacitor just because it will have a longer lifespan, because the capacitance will change. And you would have to really know some complicated things about the capacitor to predict what it will change to, and then will actually take time to change as well. So you can't say, well, like, I'll get a slightly lower rated capacitance capacitor at a higher voltage and then put that in and then it'll bounce out. It doesn't quite work that way, because capacitors are tuned in different ways. So better to just not design electrolytic caps. Nearly obsolete. Well, the thing is that I'm doing all this with old stuff, and the people that I'm trying to market towards are the people who are trying to repair and manage these old devices and need to spec out replacement capacitors. That's why I have CapsWiki. is that I want to provide a detailed list of which capacitors are compatible, and then also educate on how to pick capacitors. I think I need to put more work into that part, though. So, okay, we're thinking this plug rule here is going to be good. So I'm going to just take a sip of water for it to be once overed one more time. I added the new line, and then we will go ahead and update UDEV and see what happens. Ah, water good. All right, I'm saying that's what we're going with. Boom. And we will do that. And LS USB / GPIB, I assume won't change. Unplug, plug, probably still won't change because it's loaded like that. I'm gonna do this. Groups, I don't think I'm in plugdev. Oh, I am in plugdev. Okay, that makes that easier. I'm gonna try and run, see, Flare guess who managed to successfully write a DOS 622 floppy. Wish I could boot from a floppy drive though, because I had to go through USB on my USB PCI card. BIOS doesn't see it, so I can't verify the disk is bootable. Well, that's good, you did. I'm not quite sure what your objective is if you can't test that it's bootable, but that's good to be able to have that ability. See, many applications can be replaced by ceramic or tantalum caps. We have better caps like that now, yes. There are some times where you don't want to replace tantalum caps because they have different properties, but it's complicated. So, what am I doing here? Didn't show up. I did the UDEV thing. I plugged and unplugged. I think I want to do sudo IB test device 7 write star IDN question mark error read 100 error. I'm going to reboot this thing. I'm going to just reboot it again. Let's see what happens. Sudo reboot. Boom. Because this is all weird. See, there's more tests that I successfully read and write disk images through the drive on the USB interface. Ah, okay. Keep forgetting my wireless keyboard is Bluetooth, and then I try and use it when I'm at like Grub or something and it doesn't work and I'm disappointed. I know why, because it's Bluetooth and I don't have Bluetooth connectivity like that, but it would be nice. I would really be down for a some kind of thing that would receive Bluetooth mouse and keyboard inputs that I could then that's plugs in as USB and then translates it to standard HID. So I could have the device like plugged in internally inside a desktop or laptop and then have the mouse keyboard always synced to that. Because I would totally do that. Also, I'm so glad that Bluetooth devices like this storing multiple link keys is now a thing, because this thing can connect up to 3 different devices and it's just phenomenal. The mouse I went with is a Corsair Harpoon something or another, and it's both Bluetooth and USB. It has a USB dongle that hides in there, so when I have to use that on another computer, I can just plug it in and do that. It's very convenient. So, okay, looks like Twitch ate my comment, but there are stock UDEV rules that the driver provides. Looks like they didn't get installed. Oh, interesting. And hello, Cody. I think we're all doing good. So, all right, let's try this again. Let's do ls groups gpib plugdev. Excellent. I'm in plugdev, so I should not need this. Device 7 error sudo. Oh, wait, can't see that right now, so I'm good. Okay, boom. Device 7, error. Okay. Turn it off and on, and I'll unplug this, and oh, gpib config, yeah, I really hate that. Gpib underscore config. Yeah. Sudo. Boo. All right, let's try this. D7 write star IDN. Okay. Read. This has no errors currently. R 100. And it didn't work. No, here we go. Hewlett Packard. Boom. Excellent. That was run without root. So it works. We can do things without root now, which means I should be able to run test gpib. Bingo. Oh, yes. All right. That is super nice. Okay, the juice was worth the squeeze on that. I'm about ready to add sudo gpib config to my bash RC, but yes, that's nice. Only took 30 minutes to tame UDEF. That's annoying, but all right, yeah, that's good. Oh man, I think the stock drivers run gpib config automatically when you plug in the device. Ooh, that's nice. I will poke around in there directly here. Let's take a peek. Git. Let's go ahead and close that and that. Okay, so we need Linux gpib. Would it be kernel or would it be user? Drivers, gpib. Might be user. USB. Just trying to see udev config. Oh man, here we go. So that's not what I was expecting. NI USB. Okay, so these are the rules. So that's a lot of stuff. 702, 709, perfect. Okay. Yeah, maybe we should just put this in there. Maybe that was a whole bunch of wasted time. I don't think this adds a group though. It doesn't look like. So we could modify this or just add this to ours, and then it does do something gpib config over there. I don't know if this actually runs it. Group setup is in a different udev file. That one's weird. I don't. Actually, that one's kind of the same. So you make sure the scripts are installed. So this does run that. Oh wait, hold on. Did I miss something? Oh, I don't think so. Okay. You want to see 98? Where is 98? There it is. Generic gpib rules. Okay. Group gpib. That's kind of what I was looking for. That's what I was thinking. So maybe we add 98 and 99 gpib stuff, and then it will just work. And the script, wherever the script, the config thing needs to go. Try running configure with extra args from the install file. Extra was the etc. thing that I did not do because I'm dumb. All right, let's try that. Yeah. cd git Linux gpib user, and then vim install. We'll copy that because I'm an adult. Do that. Make sudo make. Actually, you know what? Make clean. Make sudo make install ls, etc. udev rules. RM udev 55. Yes. Well, that was fun. Thank you, Lost Adagram, for your help on that. We did good, but we did wasted effort. All right, what is it? Sudo group add. Man. Group add. Create a new group. Nope. Sudo add group. Is that it? Man add group. Add a user to group. Okay. Yada yada. Add user. Add a user to or group. Okay. I hate the group stuff. Is so awful. Add user. Okay. Sudo add user. I actually, for the longest time, had a web page hosted for myself that I would just go to that has the shortcuts listed for all this stuff because it's so dumb. -a, capital G, group name, gpib, username, that. Bingo. That didn't work. Sudo add user. Oh, user mod. See? And then there's like 4 different ways you can do it. There we go. Group gpibs and us. Sudo add group. Or is it group add? I don't remember. Add group. Gpib. Boom. Okay. And then I know you basically have to reboot because it's dumb. Yeah. So I might be able to do this. No. So I'm going to reboot. Just to make my life easier. Do it one more time. Blah. Restart. Ugh. Okay, what's the next fun thing we can do while that does its stuff? Alright, here's something. The 6333 I have here does not have front banana jacks, which is really annoying. So what I have to do is I have to connect to these terminals on the back. And I'm not 100% sure how this is done. We got plus minus, which is probably good, but then we have S plus and S minus, and then I think that's chassis ground. So I think I need plus and minus, but I'm going to look at the manual here really quick, like, because I don't actually know. Or sense. So would that be, what would those go to? Remote sense, are those? So if I want it to be able to measure the output, oh, it's 4-wire. It's built-in 4-wire for the voltage measurement at the source? Whoa. That's interesting. Yeah, it shouldn't matter too much, so I should bus bar those basically then. Okay. Oh, that's super weird. So yeah, in this application, I don't think it'll matter, but okay, good to know. Let's see, I got this thing. I don't think I have bare wires in this. I'm actually going to be using that once my other mail gets here, so I'll leave that for now. Go ahead and log in over here. That is so weird though. Might have a mode where it manually internally shorts them. Yeah, let me look. Programming, output, somewhere or another. Well, what I'll do is I'm going to grab these, which I think go to bare wire. No, they go to clips. Clips are good. I can clip onto plus to go into here, and minus to go into here. So we can attempt setting a voltage, and then we'll see if it works, and if it doesn't, I will short those. What does that output mode switch? This is the speed at which it changes. So yeah, it's I have it set to normal. I can set it to fast, but I'm gonna be switching this stuff over like minutes or hours, so I don't need it to be fast. So okay, am I gonna get by? You know what I can do? I can set these to the rear terminals. That'll make that easier. So I can come back here and just plug them in the rear. Low and high, and then I'll push the thing on the front so I remember, but actually I got a couple of things I need to do here, but let me push that real quick so I actually remember. Then I'm gonna grab a short GPIB cable that was plugged into the other 6633 I have down here and loop those together. There's 3 of them piggybacked on each other, so I have a lot of them to unscrew here. Okay, there we go. And I found one of my other power clips. Okay. So what I'm doing back here, I don't know if the camera will actually reach. Not really well. You can almost see I'm plugging in the GPIBs to each other here, which will allow the adapter to communicate with both, because one of the best things about GPIB is the B. It's a bus, and you can have multiple devices all connected at once. I'm going to plug that in there. 6633 is still really poorly designed, and the cable comes right out into the power line. So that's gonna like wrap around that, I guess. But there we go. Now I do not have to, see he's doing this, do not have to use LabVIEW for capacitor reforming. Yes, I'm gonna be able to use Python, which is way better. It gets really dodgy when you have like 3 or 4 stacked GPIB plugs. Yeah, it does. Let's see, most supplies have 100 ohm resistor, so you don't need to bridge them. Okay. Cables are so weird for GPIB. I'm surprised you can still buy them brand new, but you can. Yeah, there's still a lot of stuff that can be used with it. So, okay, this is not the way these should be stacked. I should have that on top, but for now, let's just go with this. It's my first time turning this unit on. That fan is horrible. Is it actually spinning? It is. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. The other one is in way better condition. I might be swapping the fans between the 2 units because I need to run this thing for hours, and that is excruciating. But let's see. I set 0.01. Hold on. I set 0.0. Sure, why not? Okay, enter. So like 1 milliamp. VSet 10. Enter. We're at -10, so I have it backwards, I guess. So you check if there's a resistor between sense and output with DMM. Are you going to Noxuify it? I don't know, because I don't know what the CFM is on the fan that's in there. I may, because this is running in like a nice controlled environment. See, Hellencraft has an interesting question. Yeah, I did get the leads backwards, so that was my fault. There it is, corrected. But I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. And I'm going to measure resistance between some of the things here. So double check, probes, measure 0.2. Also, I clipped it onto Sense Minus, so that was really dumb. Between Sense Plus, or Sense Minus, and between Sense Minus and Minus, it is 2.1K, and between Plus and Plus Sense, it is 2.1K. So they must have an internal resistor for that. Oh my gosh, that fan sucks so much. The fan isn't that loud, or I don't know. It's pretty bad. It sounds like one of the bearings has gone completely rogue. So I should have some other things over here. I would make this a little bit easier, but I don't know where they've all gone. I should have some cables that go banana jack to banana jack. Oh, they're plugged into the front over there of the other one. Or at least they were. Here they are. Unfortunately, I don't actually think these will be usable on this setup. Yeah. But I kind of have an idea of something I want to do. Oh, I really don't want to have that thing on. That fan is horrible. Let's open it up. I want to look at the fan. It's so bad. Because I really don't like that. So there's 4 screws around the outside, it looks like. Just gonna undo those. So here's what I'm looking at. Cool, I bumped the thing. Hide the overlay. So it's kind of like media equipment. Hopefully I don't need to, I gotta put a bigger bit on there. Hopefully I don't need to take off the faceplate, because that is a non-starter for me. Oh my gosh. There we go. That one bites well. Let's see. It's a big conspiracy. Could make fans that don't suck, but the big evil fan cartel prevents manufacturers from doing it. Yeah, really. See, sometimes there's a single screw on the bottom. Okay, I will check that. Hopefully not, because then I don't have to flip it over, but if so, I'll see. I'm just going to lift this up for now. This side has, oh, I didn't realize I had a handle. Well, I guess that makes sense. A lot of the HP stuff does. That's nice. Yeah, HP really likes having these metal bar handles in there so you can carry stuff. It feels like it's one in the middle and the back. Oh, you can't even see. See, that's going to strip soon. Well, I was trying to change out to the correct bits. Hopefully it doesn't. I have a feeling there will not be one on the bottom. And bingo. Perfect. Okay, look at that horrible little fan. Is that really the one making all the sound? Yeah, I swear the other one did not sound that bad. Well, that is a really beefy transformer. Wow. All right. Here's my second 6633. I'm just going to turn it on briefly. Yeah, that's way better. So I could swap the fans if I was going to get into this for a longer period today. Oh man. Let's see. What is that? Looks like it's only mounted with 2 screws on the top. So it wouldn't be too hard to just pop it out and take a look at it. That's wrong. Let's unplug it. Why is it mounted to a PCB? The PCB is a spacer. Oh, that's so weird. That's really strange. Just oil the fan bearing. If I had some here, I would. Well, that explains it. It's their favorite fan manufacturer who's super noisy, Pabst. So that's a thing. I can feel the bearing. Yeah, that's bad. That sucker's toast. Let's see. Both heat sinks are at different voltage, so it needs isolation. See, PCB might be there for small air ducting, maybe? I don't know about the isolation, because, I mean, it's still screwed into this thing. If this thing is not a good electrical dielectric, then it won't matter. Here's what I'm going to do. I have 2 bins of fans. I'm going to go grab those and see if I have any that are that size. It looks like it's probably a 60 millimeter. I don't know that I will, but I definitely won't know if I don't go look. Oh, I found a Quadro card in with the fans. That shouldn't be there. Okay. We got options. Also, hello, Kiba Wolf, since it's your first time chatting. Didn't notice that. So first I will measure it, just to know. Dead Ghost 1234, hello, since it's your first time chatting. And thank you. All right, so on the calipers, go ahead and 0 here. These are, yep, 60 millimeter, 62 millimeter fan. So let's see. Might have one of these. These are the other PAPs. These are from the HP16 500C. These ones are metal frames. They're insane. So they definitely couldn't do that with this one if they needed the isolation. See, I got mostly 80 millimeter PC fans in here, so that's not looking very good. That's where my VLB controllers went. Oh. All right, next box of fans. Got some, I think, that are definitely in the Blowimatron class. These look pretty serious. I don't know why they're like double ducted with those static ones, but yeah, they are. Well, so far, this one with the broken fin is the only 60 millimeter I've seen, so doesn't look like I've got any. Just for the record, an 80 millimeter would only just fit if it didn't have to sit on top of anything else, but because it does, it will not. So looks like I don't. Oh, there's a hard drive in here too. There's a couple of things in there I need to look at sometime. Huh. Moving, man. Yeah, no, there's 60 millimeter fans. So gonna have to get a another one on Amazon probably. Looks like it's very, very standard fan pinout, so that won't be an issue. Clearly the solution is to water cool it. That seems really complicated. So we'll go ahead and leave it with this one for now, and then I will just try and find a 62 millimeter on Amazon or something and buy it, because this is not acceptable. It's way, way too loud. especially for filming, which unfortunately, so I bought an ESD vacuum cleaner for cleaning like the PC104 S100 boards, and it is so loud. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna like try and hide it under a bunch of foam or something. Just ugh. So yeah, just blow it out every 5 minutes. Blow on it every 5 minutes. Yeah. I don't think that's quite gonna work. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that it's so loud. Half tempted to swap them, but I know that's a bad idea. I should, when I buy one, I should just buy two, and do the other one while I'm at it, because it's not going to be far behind. So, all right, put the weird fan thing on. Alternatively, if you're using such low currents, maybe you can get away with much less cooling. It's possible, but I don't want to set this thing up for low current usage like I'm currently planning, and then forget, and then later actually put something demanding on it, because that sounds like a bad problem waiting to happen. So, you know. Dutch Black Cat, you say that. I actually have the Noctua low noise fan adapters here, all of them from my server, so I could do that. But yeah, I'm not going to. What's this HP stuff? Yes, my mom Pongs. This is my HP 6633A programmable power supply and my 34401A multimeter, and we're going to be setting this up to do capacitor reforming in a little bit here, but I have a test that I'm going to do before we get into that. The only problem is that the fan that's in this thing is roasted. Absolute trash bearings. So it really needs replaced. I just don't have a 62 millimeter replacement fan on hand. So, yeah. But we'll go ahead and deal with this for now. So, oil it and see if it helps. I would have to have oil on hand to be able to do that, and I do not, unfortunately. Have some at home, but I don't have it here. Wouldn't have thought that part of my electronics kit stuff to take to the office would have included oil, which is unusual. Well, odd, because I have actually repaired floppy drives with oiling them, so yeah. Time to order some Delta fans. I don't know, I might try Noctua first. I think that'll probably work, especially if I can find some industrial series ones in the 62 millimeter size. I bet that would be fine. Let's see, this screw is different. It's probably the one that goes on the back. See, HP industrial stuff has such a pleasant appearance. It definitely does. I really, really like these. Very happy that I'm outfitting my electrical engineering equipment suite, however you want to think about it, with vintage HP stuff. Keep planning on trying to go with this. Static pressure is important in this case. Yes, Helen Croft. That's why I want to go with the industrial Noctuas, because they generally have the higher static pressure ratings. That's what I went with in my server. The highest static pressure rating fans I could get, because they have to pull air through all of the hard drives to get it into the main chassis, which is good because that cools the hard drives, but it means that they have to work pretty hard. So, see, by the way, I have to go in an hour, so you have to do everything, Cody. All right, Cody, baton's getting passed. See, do I spy a second one on the floor? Cody, so yes, there are two of these here. These are both HP 6633As. I'll lift the other one up. There are some slight differences that I can point out while I'm putting on the last set of screws. So the more obvious difference up front is that One of them has banana jacks on it, and I'm not quite sure why it does. I'm guessing it was just ordered that way. So HP configured it like that out of the factory for the original purchaser. But the more significant thing is actually the voltage rating difference between them, which I think you'll be able to see there. The 6633 was available in different ranges, and it's actually just, I believe, a 100 watt power supply, but you can choose how that wattage is spread when you buy a particular configuration. I don't know why it can't have a higher range for both, but then just limit you to 100 watts total, but this is how it is, so whatever. So one of these is a 0 to 20 volt at 5 amps, and the other one is a 0 to 50 volts at 2 amps. And there are other differences between them as a result of that. One of them, this 20 volt model, has amperage steps of 1.2 or 1.5 milliamps, which means that it is not as precise at low current. However, the 50 volt one is half milliamp steps, so it is actually better suited to low current device management, and that's the one I will be using for doing the capacitor reforming, because I'm going to be doing extremely low current stuff. So the two of them have slightly different uses despite being the same model number to me, which is kind of funny. Oh man, this strap holder thing is really annoying to get on. I think that's right. There we go. Oh man. Okay. And then what's funny, over here I also have a 6624, which is a quad output power supply that has even weirder ranges. That's why it's over here, because I'm not sure how to use it yet. These ones make more sense. Whew. Let's see, we'll get up on Cody as soon as you leave. Oh man. Let's see, different power transformer. Oh, do they have different transformers? Is that part of it? That'll be interesting. Let's see, it would make sense that one lived in a rack and had the terminal used. Yeah, most likely. I wish they both had the banana jacks on front, of course, because I'm looking for more plug and play type stuff, but it's still nice. See, they aren't the same model number though. Yes, they. Oh, yeah, one's a 6632, one's a 6633. That's right. The reference manual actually uses that to designate them. I think the 6634 is 0 to 100 volts at 2 amps, is it? Or is it at 1 amp? That would be it. So, yeah. I forgot about that. But yeah. Oh, man. So that's why two of them. That, and I picked them all up from the same lot, from the same dealer, all three power supplies. And I bought all of them for two reasons. One, buying a bunch makes it more likely that I get one that works. And the other reason is that I would really like to be able to use all of them to power ATX devices from programmable power supplies. So at some point, I want to make a wiring harness that would allow me to do that, but that's a ways off still. But that's one of my dreams. All right, I'm gonna put the power supply under the multimeter right now because it really should be. So yeah, you can modify it and add front jacks. I'm sure I could, but I don't really want to unless I could get a front panel that makes it look nice, because I like how it's intact and good. I'm half tempted to remove the racks because I don't need those. I'm not putting it on a rack. So I may at some point, but not right now. All right, trying to give myself enough room here. Okay. They all use the same front panel mold? All right, so it might be possible for me to find one then. That would be nice. All right. let's get into... Actually, I really think I need to get some wires. I need to get a good length of wire to connect that thing with. Let's use this. Can get like a small section I can cut. I thought I cut some of this out the other day though, so I just want to check around here first, make sure I don't have some sitting around right now. Or, you know what? This might work if I can find the two pieces here I need. Where did I put that other clip? I don't know. Maybe I can just use that over there. All right. So let's see. Cam is dying? Yeah. So you put banana jacks on a plate and bolt it to the rack mounting. That's not a bad idea. Okay. I'm going to take the outputs from this, which we've pretty much already confirmed are working. And I'm going to be plugging them into the breadboard over there. Let me just get these clipped on. Boom. Boom. And let me get some jumper wires and such. That's not the one I'm looking for. That's not either. Still missing a box. There it is. Okay, do I have what I'm looking for in here? Because we're going to do our first real test this thing. HP or fluke when it comes to bench meter? HP. Bench, yeah, HP. Okay, where am I at? Well, we got some jumper wires. Those will work, I suspect, for what I want to start. I'm gonna get these into the clip and then power one of the rails on the breadboard. Having a minor issue here. I'm hearing something going on outside. At least I'm hoping it's outside. See, I'm using HP 60 rack mount job with Nixie tubes. That is nice. It's definitely really nice. All right, that one, and then this one. I wanted to set this up before the stream, but I definitely did not have enough time. Okay, that's just going to sort of work for now. But it'll work enough. Okay, so we should be able to power this breadboard now. And we'll use the... I don't know, maybe if I can find that other clip here real quick. I'll use the 34401A to check that. Where did I drop that at? I was just holding it, and then I put it down, which immediately... Oh, it's in this box. Good grief. So you mounted the pins on the Pi Zero the opposite way usual. Any particular reason? I didn't see where it went here. Oh, this. This is actually, you might really like this. This is really clever. Not to toot my own horn, but this is awesome. Pi Zero, okay. Pins are going underneath, and I mounted some, actually let's go ahead and switch to this cam. Because this focuses better up close. Some are right angle headers. Come on, focus. Focus. Maybe if I put more, there we go. Some of those are right angle headers that I soldered just to the pads. They're not going through. And the reason is the Pi Zero can now bridge the gap on a breadboard and be put on like that. So you kind of have to plan ahead for the wires on the other side, but you can breadboard mount a Pi Zero then without a weird adapter. So yeah, that's why. Okay. Let me grab something from my fun drawer over here. Okay, I'm going to turn on the noisiest thing in the world. And I'm going to iSet 0.005, enter, VSet, let's go with 2.5, enter, and I can now plug in this LED and it'll light up a bit, or not. There we go. So, I'm currently using the current limiting ability of the bench supply, which doesn't appear to be doing super great. It's at 7.5 milliamps right now for some reason. Let's see if I can measure the actual voltage going to this as well. Ooh, you know what? I should measure the current going through it on the 34, because that'll tell me a little more right now. I would like to externally confirm that that's doing what I think it is. Now set it to full power. No, that's not what I'm going for here. There's a very specific reason I'm doing this. See, the fan isn't that loud. I mean, it may not be with the lapel mic. In person, it's not good. So what I'm going to do here, we're going to go front, out, this, in, this, out, boom. Okay. So this is supposed to be regulating to 5 milliamps. Let's go to, where is it? DCI, okay, so we're at 7.8, so this is actually kind of right. I'm not thrilled with that. Let's try iSet 0.01, which should be 10 milliamps. That's pretty good. Okay. Whoa, that's a problem. So it's bad at the low end. See, my code machine is full of power. Give the fan its own legal mic, lapel mic, so we can fully experience it. Man. See, bridging current sense wires would increase the accuracy of the current. Okay, we can try that. I'll grab a couple of my jumper wires here. We'll do that. It is flat blade. Let me grab one of them. Anyway, while I'm doing this, I will explain why I want to connect an LED with it. The LED happens to be in the same current and voltage range that we will be working on capacitors with. So the same software that I would be writing to slowly increase the voltage of the reforming for the capacitor can be used to sweep an LED to make it go brighter and dimmer by pulsing it. So connecting an LED as a test rather than a capacitor will yield a more visual feedback as to what the program is doing and making sure that I'm getting it working right. So I'm going to be starting out with an LED here as the first step of my software that will be used to reform the capacitors. But I would really like to be able to control less than 7 milliamps, so hopefully bridging these helps, because I'm not too thrilled about that. And if it doesn't, then I might try and go full 4-wire. Although, actually, doesn't this really only help with the voltage? This won't do much for current, will it? Okay. That's on minus. And that's on plus. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to disconnect the LED so it doesn't have like a high spike at first and blow it. Boom. Okay. No, because current is in series, the same everywhere, so they need to do remotely. Okay. That's for voltage, not current. I think it'll work for both. Remote sense for voltage drop over the wires due to big current. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'm used to doing that for low resistance measurement, but that's a different problem. All right, so I set, so it's 0.005, enter. V set 2.5, not 25, that will do some rude things. V set 2.5, okay. And I will plug in the LED, boom. We're at 10, 11 milliamps. That made it worse. Oh, it went down. Ooh, that's scary. But still, we're at 7.8 milliamps there for 5 milliamps as the target. I will do I set 0.085 and see if it can nail that. So it overshot to 10.5, 10.7. I think it made it worse. Oh wait, it went to... That bearing is about to seize. I might have to switch the fans. This is brutal. Well, anyway, I set, yeah, it's 0. It's, oh, that's 85 milliamps, isn't it? Oh, yeah, that's 85 milliamps. So, okay, so we're actually voltage limiting then. Oh, I screwed up. Hold on, clear entry. Yeah, we're hard locked at 2.5. I screwed up. You guys can't really see the LCD. I set 0.0085. Enter. And that did not. Oh, there we go. 8.3. Okay. BBTV working? Yes, I switched using Stream Elements for the chat view. So it rounded down to 8.4, or maybe I mistyped, I don't know. iSet is 0.0085. And it holds it around that, so I guess it's just below that it doesn't really like. Yeah, I might make some 4-wire connections for this thing. I don't know if that'll really help. I really feel like that it should only affect voltage, but I don't know, that's so weird. Maybe it'll be worth it. I know what will be worth it. Me finding a fan right now and adding it to my wish list so I don't forget to get it. I'm gonna do that. Because, oh my gosh, this is brutal. Set 1 milliamp and see what you get. Well, I bet I'm going to get 7.5. So, let's see. Maybe if I turn this on, you'll actually be able to see. That's almost better. Stupid magic arm keeps unscrewing the threads on the thing. Okay, so now you can see. Okay, so I'm gonna do I set 0.00. Let's go with 3. So that should be 3 milliamps. All right, and I'll come up here. Well, actually, you can see down there, it's 7.5, and then this confirms it's around that. slightly more than 7.5. So, let's see, are we going to burn an LED? No, I'm trying to reform caps. The LED is just similar voltage and current to what we need, but I really, really badly need to find a fan. Noctua 62 millimeter. The keyboard just die? There we go. Oh my gosh, so bad over there. Is it 62 millimeters, the actual size, and then they just call it 60? Is that it? Yeah. Do they not make it industrial? That'll be annoying. Keyboard. All right, Makers XYZ. We're gonna change keyboard. I didn't measure this. Oh, that if it was the spacing of the holes, that would make sense. All right, let me go grab alternative keyboard, which means I get to walk away from that horrible fan for a bit. Oh. It's not far enough. It sounds like I'm cutting keys in here. All right, today's alternative keyboard is not what you think it is. Let me get it plugged in, and then I can demonstrate. It has to be, oh, this has two plugs. I don't remember which one's for the hub and which one's for the actual keyboard. Let's try this. So it's the other one. There we go. All right. Certainly looks like an Apple One, but it isn't. Camera, yo. Gotta stay where I position you. This is a Tactile Pro 2, and this is actually a third-party mechanical keyboard that's meant, let me find a cap puller here, that's meant to look like an Apple keyboard, but it is actually a different manufacturer. I don't know where my key, there it is, key puller went. Oh, these don't want to come off. You know what, maybe I don't want to break it. You can kind of see one of the switches here where the sleep button came out. It is meant to be used with Apple computers, but it is not an Apple keyboard. But this is the third-party, oh, I'm missing a foot, I didn't realize that, that's unfortunate. A third-party Apple keyboard that is much, much better to use than the original ones. So that's kind of fun. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and continue here. Oh, the sweet relief. Yeah, I'm ordering a fan. Definitely gonna have to get a new fan. Let's see. Oh my gosh, this thing is so loud. It does not seem like there are any normal ones. That's unfortunate. Oh wow, that thing is loud. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to get the regular PWM fan. Yokai Katana, thank you for the Prime sub. See, caps are protecting switches from the noise, that's why they're not letting go. Yeah, really. But it has Windows buttons too. Yeah, that's the thing. It has a Windows key on there. You can see. What's really annoying though is that that's not actually what the super key is. If I press this over there, you can see that that's the Alt key is the super key. There might be a switch somewhere to change them. I don't know where it is, if so, but that is a thing. See, and before we find out it's a design choice, make sure you don't leave the hardware running on its own. Yeah, really. Whoa, Yokai Katana, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. That is awesome. Thank you. I think I should make the alert that shows up down here longer. That was a little quicker than I intended. But wow, awesome. Thank you so much. That will definitely help out a lot. See, I've got Nixie frequency counter, Nixie voltmeter, frequency generator. Oh, frequency. Yeah, we're 2 years and I'm cheap, don't like spending HP money. Yeah, see, I got all these for cheap as well. So I definitely understand what you mean. Yeah, I think this is like the only Noctua fan that's 60 millimeter. I think I've looked for 60 millimeter ones before and they just don't make them in the industrial size or industrial type. Let's see, products, fans. I'd switch over, but I'm trying to let you also enjoy the keyboard for the few times I guess I need to type. Noctua's site is either getting hammered or my internet sucks. Let's see, I'm not dropping frames, so I think their site's not doing great. So they only offer industrial fans in 120 and 140 millimeter. Okay. So my choices are limited on these, but I think I'm just going to go with Noctua. The reality is that I'm probably not going to overstress these too bad. Well, even if it's Noctua, it'll be good compared to what you're working with now. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It'll be better than what's in there now. So I'm just going to go ahead and add 2 of these to the wish list for now. If it'll let me, let's do Control F5 here. Yeah, I'm a little jealous of your frequency generator. I really badly want to get a SIGGEN. I want to pair it with my 16500C so that I can measure a signal coming in and then have a programmable signal generator to repeat it out. I just feel like it's going to, it would be really fun. Oh, this keyboard is very nice. I quite like this. Ooh, yes. Okay, so that's added. We'll get to that later. Alrighty, back to this thing. So we were trying to set this to have, let me see if I can get this light in here so we're going to be able to see the display. It doesn't help that the camera also has a polarizer thing going on that's going to make it a little less predictable. Do they make keyboard with a Linux key instead of Apple one? I think I have seen those, but they're usually something weird or, yeah, not quite. It's not this, for sure. Feels bizarre to think that keyboard's mechanical? Yeah, that's why I figured it'd be a good one to pick. It is so not what you would expect. All right, here we go. Well, at least the bearing isn't... Never mind. We're cutting keys again. Okay, so we're going to set 0.005, so that should be 5 milliamps. V set will be 2.5. All right. And it spiked up to 10 milliamps there, which it shouldn't have. and then it's working its way back down. That is really concerning. I do not like that it overshoots and then undershoots. Tried to whack it a little. I mean, I took the fan out, but yeah. Ah, K. Marshall, thank you for the Prime sub. See, Adam Fighter, I'm looking for frequency counter. Ah. So, yeah, definitely overshoots. I'm guessing anything below 7.8 is probably not good for. There might be a way of calibrating it, but I'm not well equipped to do that, I suspect. So I don't think I should try. Now, let me look through the manual here, see if it just mentions calibration anywhere. Calibration equations. Oh man, do you calibrate it over GPIB? That could be interesting. Current calibration. Enable current calibration mode by sending cmode 1 command. Disable the output using either out 0 command or the front panel key. Connect the shunt resistor to the output terminals and the voltmeter to the resistor's sense terminals, as shown as figure A2. Re-enable the output, program the voltage to high counts. Program the current to high counts. Read back. Well, okay, hold on. This almost seems doable. Let me bring up the manual over here, and then I'll turn it off so our ears don't die. HP 6633A manual. It's in the normal service manual, so we don't even need to look at the service one. Okay, let me do this. Excuse me. This. Okay, so here's the manual. And we're looking at all the way down here somewhere. Where is it? There we go. Calibration. Okay, voltage calibration, but they want this thing. Okay, current monitoring resistor, and I don't think an actual value is given. So let's see, do they have a particular... Here we go, shunt, 0.1 ohm. Okay, I definitely don't have that. 0.05%, 20 per million? Okay, 25 watt minimum. So I would have to buy a very particular resistor to be able to do this. I don't think I have one of those on hand, but that sounds like something I could get, and then I could calibrate it. That would be kind of cool. See, no problem, VARs. Have a good night. See, I like the new overlay. It lets me see everything clear. Thank you. I don't know if I changed it too much, but yeah. Let's see. Current measures seem to be close to what the DMM says. 25 watt. This is a solid heater. Yeah, well, it's going to burn a lot of power. It's a 100 watt power supply. So I feel like I should actually get one that's a little better than that. Whoa, voltmeter, 0.005%, 6 digit. Ouch. Well, this is a thing. It says program voltage to high counts. It doesn't say what. Current calibration. Okay. Program. Disable output using either out 0 or front panel key. Connect shunt resistor to the output terminals. Program current to low counts, set 0. Measure, record voltage drop across current monitoring resistor. Calculate programming constants. Program current to 50 counts. It's not a 50 amp power supply. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to attempt this. It's a little weird. See, the power supply measures the right current that is actually going out, so don't need calibration, I think. Well, the thing is it's measuring the... I don't think it can go low. It can't go as low as I would like. That's the main thing. So I would like it... See, well, we're already not meeting the initial equipment requirements, so that's just a waste of time. Well, I was trying to look and see if it's worth trying to buy a calibration shunt resistor. This voltmeter is actually exceeds what they want. This is a 7.5 digit voltmeter, or is it 6.5 digit? Might be that. So that voltmeter could be used, but its calibration is also questionable. That's the thing. You have to start from a known reference. So I'd probably have to get like a standard or a calibrated volt thing. Yeah. No problem, Atom Fighter. Hope you have a good time doing some work. And thank you for the good day well wishes. So, all right, I think what we're going to do from here is just go ahead and assume that it's all good, and we'll program... Man, I can't really program a sweep that well when I'm going to go from like 0.8 amps to 10, or 8 amps to 10 amps. There's not going to really be a strong difference there. Like, I'm not even sure if the camera's going to be able to pick up that difference. Like, okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the LED again here. So, LED is currently off. You can see the light hanging around over there. So, I'm going to turn the key cutter back on. I'm going to set VSET to 3. Wow. We're now at 20. No, we're still at 8 milliamps. It's all over. Okay, so it's at 7.8. I'm going to set this to 10 milliamps. So I set 0.01. I don't know if I could tell a difference in intensity there. So let's go 0, or I set 0.015. That was definitely a noticeable step to me. So let's drop that down. I set 0.008. All right, so watch the LED. That is noticeable. Okay. So we can just practice at a slightly higher range. And then for the actual program, we'll just cap it. But yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to fluctuate the current as much as I wanted. So there is another option here. We can use a current limiting resistor to drop the whole thing down. So what I could do is grab, let's say, a 1K here. And then I will reconfigure this all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass the current. I got too many wires over here. One moment. There we are. I'm going to pass the current through a different set of probes to monitor the current. I need a Velcro strap, and now I got stuff falling over. Oh no. Okay. high, low. Just gonna run these through here so they're kind of cable managed. And I can clip that and that. Have them at offsets. So the high side will match that resistor. Low side will go to that. And then I can do, actually, hold on. Like this. Bingo, I think that's right. Red's going to that. High side coming from power. Those are all there. Okay. So, since it's just an LED, yeah, the fan, it is, it's really bad. I set, so let's say 0.100, so 100 milliamps. Okay. Wonder if I have this configured wrong. Resistor going to there. That LED is not on. It's clipped there to there. That's going to where it needs to go. Let me double check without the resistor. So I set 0.015, enter, okay. So if I put this just straight across, okay, that's lit. If I put it over one, high side to there. Oh, something's not right with the clip setup here. What's going on? Let's see. Man, the noise is reminding me of the time I tried to feed junk 12-volt fan some audio. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. If I ever heard a machine begging to be put out of its miseries right now. Why is this not working? So the clips are all connected. Let me try changing out the jumper wires just in case those are bad. That I really think should be working. So let's go high side green and low side blue. That is really weird. That should all be good there. Yeah, straight across, lights. Go through the power supply, or multimeter, it doesn't. If I do just dumb sanity check, like I know how a breadboard works. Boom, yeah, okay. Maybe because the resistor makes it impossible. I'm not using the resistor right now. Wrong connections on the meter. So I have input, oh my gosh, you're totally right. I'm an idiot. Oh, thank you. Oh man, okay. Go back to the longer wires. Yeah, that's right. I understand why they're separate. It's still annoying. Kind of has to be that way, though. Okay, so here we go. High side, there, low side. There. It's still not working. What? Now is it that these are bad? Okay, something's not good on this. There we go. Got a measurement. Blah. So 14.9, that's perfect. That's what we want. Okay. Now I'm going to go to here. which is running through the resistor. I don't know why we're getting negative a milliamp. Well, let's slowly turn this up. So I set 0.05, enter. Still nothing. Make sure these aren't. You know, I'm going to switch to the other ones. Hold on. I set 0.015, enter. Oh, no, they seem reliable. I set 0.1. So do 100 milliamps-ish. Nothing. Or is that slowly or dimly lit? I think that, yeah, that's dimly lit there. So you can barely tell. So you're hitting the voltage limit. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Okay, I'll set it to 5 volts. VSET, hold on. Let's do this. I set 0.025, enter. VSET 5, enter. Okay, now we're much brighter. We're measuring negative 3 amps because I apparently have this backwards. I guess that, for some reason. But we can see we have 3 milliamps now. So, what are we doing with this? With the, okay. So this is actually measuring correct current too. I guess that makes sense. So we're doing a voltage division, I'm guessing. Well, we're out of the range where I really know what I'm going to expect. VSET 8. You might blow this LED. That looks pretty good, actually. So it's still fine. Now we're at 5.9 milliamps. Since this is accurate, I want to switch this over to reading the voltage across the LED. So let's do that. I'm going to move this back to here, which will turn off that, go to DC volts, lift this. Well, actually, I can stay there. Move. Let's see, make it so you can see what I'm actually doing here. Move this to there, and then actually, let's put this here. Then go across to that. Okay. Now it's backwards again. Weird. Okay, so that's 2 volts, which is pretty low. So if I set this to 4, am I going to get 1 volt? VSET for 1.8 volts. Okay. If I set this to 10, VSET 10, 2 volts. Wow, that is a lot of scale there. Huh, okay. So I could either figure out the math for this method, or I could have it push up the voltage slowly until I hit the current that I want, or measure the voltage with the 34401A and then do it that way. I am curious, no, actually, let's do VSET 15. Okay. We're at 2.1, okay. VSET 25. 2.2, wow, all right. Okay, so we're at a pretty good voltage. Math is Ohm's law, yeah, I know, V over IR, yeah. I'm gonna not worry about that for a moment, but what I've got here, so we're at 228 milliamps. So I'm going to try and set this. I set to 0.015. Boom.
And we were at 22.8, and we are now at 14.6. That's pretty good. Does anyone know what distro I use for Linux? I use KDE or Kubuntu actually. Okay, so that's good. Now I'm going to do 0. I set 0.05. Went up to 22 again. Actually, I think I did it wrong. I set 0.005. Boom. I went down to 7.5. Okay. No matter what, I can't get below that 7.5 regulation. All right. Well, since the low value is within the range that's acceptable, we can probably just work with that. Yeah, all right. So we'll bypass the 34401A. And I'm going to turn this off for a moment so that my ears cannot die. Maybe yours too. And I want to work on a little bit of software type stuff. You know what we didn't do? We didn't check the GPIB UDEV stuff after we rebooted. That sounds important actually. We should do that. Let's get back to this. Groups. We are in GPIB at the end there. Okay, that took a moment. Yours died earlier on. Maybe that's because the LED doesn't start conducting until you hit a certain voltage, and the desired current range would require voltage below that. Ooh, that is maybe season B. You know what we could do? We could just put a resistor in there instead. Like a low value resistor, and see what we can get. So here's a 10 ohm. All right, V set 1, okay. I set 0.003. Okay, so that should be 3 milliamps. And I'm going to plug in, you can't see anything. I'm going to plug in the resistor. I'm going to try and get you a view. You can kind of make that out. All right, here's a resistor. I'm going to do this with tweezers just in case it blows up or something. Shouldn't, but just in case with the overshooting, I don't know. I'd rather it not blow up in my fingers. No, 0.75. That seems to be the regulation minimum that this thing can hit. So, all right. Yeah, I like to set Xerex. I'm not sure I recognize your name. I do set the distro as part of the host name. Yeah, it was worth trying. I never know until you check stuff like that, so it was worth it. You know what, while I'm thinking about this, I kind of violated a rule that I try to have here. I didn't take out the 1K tray with the 1K resistor. Put that back in there so I don't start losing those. Okay. Let's do... There's a couple of things we should do. We need to try the IB test program here. We're going to do device. Communicate with 7. We did not have to run gpib config there, so that was good. All right. If it's close enough, it's fine. Yeah, it should be. It's pretty darn close. We're under the current rating that I want to actually use, so we can regulate it at what I want. So we're doing okay. The real trick when you're doing the reforming is to increase the voltage a little bit, and 2 volts is plenty low enough. I'm pretty sure we could set that to even lower voltage, so it's going to be okay. But still, we're going to write a little program that'll pulse the LED by modulating the current. Okay, so we're going to write, and then we'll do star IDN question mark 3441A. Did not go into remote mode. Turn it off and on again here. Beep beep. Address 7. Quit. IB test device. Address to work with 7. Right. Star IDN question mark. It still did not go into remote mode. GPIB adapter plugged in correctly. Oh, not really. All right, let's try that again. Right. Star IDN question mark. There we go. Now it worked. R100 34401A. We're doing good. Okay. Quit. Let's run test gpib.py. Perfect. Okay. So we're doing real good there. We haven't actually finished our setup of this stuff, although I don't know, what is the Pi Visa stuff? I mean, is it going to be any better than that? That looks pretty darn easy to work with. So I'm not sure that we need anything else. It doesn't cost time to unplug it and plug it back in again? Yeah. If it doesn't work, yeah. So, okay. What address is the horrible thing set to? It is set to address 15. That's acceptable. So let's say we do 15 on here. We're going to do vout is 3. And then we will do iout, not 5 out, iout is 0.008. Why not? And then we won't actually read, so I will just comment that out. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to plug in the LED, which is probably going to light up a little bit. No, not really. And I'll move the camera over so you guys can see everything, hopefully. The display and the LED and all that good stuff. I need to wiggle my light around a bit. Then I will do this. So that's all nearly legible. I'm going to rotate the LED so it's pointed at the camera so it's even more obvious when it turns on. Wow, that is so hard to see. But I'm going to run gpib test. The light should turn on. It did not. Why did it not? Address 15, vout. Is there a remote command you have to set first? Program loop for blinking LED. I will in a moment. I just want to make sure that it's actually working first. Okay, output. Output enable or something? Yeah, I'm trying to look into that right now. 2. So enable the output as out 1. I don't know if that's needed. Didn't seem to do anything. You know what? I'm going to do IB test. Device, address, 15. Right. And I want to, I don't think it'll do. Maybe it'll do identify. Star, IDN, R100. It received a return back. This thing is like barely GPIB, so I'm not too surprised. You know what? I'm gonna do write V out, and then R100. Still nothing back. Okay, something's a little weird. Oh man, it'll suck if the GPIB interface is broken for some reason. Do ADDR, or set the address to 12. IB test device 12. Write V out space 3. It did not take it. What? Yeah, I don't know why Nightbot doesn't get uptime. Got an error. Okay, error 11. See what that translates to. Error 11, unrecognized header. A string of alpha characters was received but not found in the table of valid commands. Okay. And then error 0, no errors. So, okay, write, enter string, V out 3, error, local control, error 11. That's very strange. Ben Mad Dog, thank you for the Prime sub. Maybe there's, ooh, that's an interesting idea. A line feed error. That would be annoying. VSet? Well, I'm doing the VSet, aren't I? Yeah. Wait. Oh my gosh. It is VSet. I'm so stupid. Not V out, it's VSet. Oh my gosh. VSet. I set, and then this isn't even needed. Right. Okay, there should be no errors. Clear entry. LED should turn on. Ooh, I didn't like that. Oh, hold on. Change the address. 2 or 12. Now it should work. Boom. There we go. Okay. Now, I just want to do... yank, paste, import, time. I think that's what it is. And then we'll do sleep. 1, print. Actually, print. Whoa, I did a thing. Quit. What did I do? There's a shortcut to split in console? I didn't even know that was a thing. Time.sleep. Okay. Yeah, let me do that. Time. I had a feeling it was time.sleep. Sleep before. After. I just want to make sure that the sleep works and that I can see it. Before, space, after. Perfect. Okay. Vim. Okay. ILO equals 0.008. iHigh equals 0.02. All right. How do I want to do this? Let's do or wow. I did it again. I wonder if there's something, some weird key that's going on here. Actually, you know what? For the moment, let me do this here. So you have to go now. All right, Helencroft. I'll see you later. Do well. Capital T, true, because Python, bleh. This, that, okay. Direction equals 1. Okay, let's say I equals 0.0010. That. So if, seriously, how do I keep doing that? Somehow, open and then close parentheses typed very quickly is a shortcut to open a new split. That is really annoying. Okay, if direction. Oh yeah, I forgot that colon there. I plus equals I high else I oh no, actually plus equals 0.001 yank paste I minus boom. Thank you, lost datagram. See, what will print? Will that print after and then immediately print before because there's no sleep between them? Like second sleep. Well, I don't actually need any of the sleep. I'm just gonna, or the prints now, actually. So I'm just leaving that to control the loop. If I is greater. It's been a long stream. I'm leaving now, so good night all. All right. I'll see you later. I'm definitely calling it at 4 hours, but I just want to make, I'm probably going to call it after this LED pulse thing here. So, did you just declare sleep deprivation marathon? I did not. But thank you for hanging out, Jot76. I hope you have a good night. See if I is greater than I high. Direction. No. Direction equals 0. And 3 yank yank, period. That. If I is less than, I low. Direction equals 1. I think that's everything. I will actually print first. Print. Did it again. Just so that we can verify. It's not going to roast the LED. Boom. It's looking good. Oh, delightful rounding errors with Python. Oh, that's great. Okay, I'll make sure it goes down below and then comes back. Yeah. And what's also great is how they're cumulative. Okay, that'll work. We can do that. I'm feeling like making the LED work a little bit, so I'm going to set it to 25 milliamps, and then we're going to add the iSet line. Okay. Okay, plus str. Dang it. Boom. Okay, I think that'll work. Say, is there a way to truncate the value to 2 decimals? No more, no less? Probably. There we go. This, I believe, will work. So I'm going to run this in a moment, but I'm going to switch it over to this so we can see it happen in real time. I think I need to lower the sleep delay so we can actually see it happening. Perfect. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. This is the biggest Arduino ever, and the loudest. That is very satisfying, though. Yeah, I like that. There we go. That's a good view right there. Cheap Arduino. Ah. 25 milliamps at 3 volts is making that thing work a little hard, so I don't want to bump it up more, and I know it won't go any less. So see, now just make it loop to keep pumping it with 5 milliamps setting it, or 5 milliamp setting, and maybe it eventually gives in. I don't want to blow the LED. I don't have a unlimited supply of these things. I'm just doing this because it's visual and it works well. But this is the basis of what we will need to do capacitor reforming. Because from here, this is very, very similar to what we will be controlling when we do actual capacitor reforming, although we're going to be modulating the voltage instead of the current. So, but this is really nice. This is cool. But that is a really fun way of putting, let's see, if you do it well enough, the top rounded part of the LED blows off and pink swells. Happened twice. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Shouldn't even be getting that warm. Not really. I'm keeping it fairly conservative here because again, I don't want to blow it. Yeah, that's working really well. I'm extremely happy with that. So that's definitely GPIB adapter working. And I'm also really glad that it works with the different addresses on the bus. I could switch over to the 34401A right now if I really wanted to. Yeah, on that note, let me cancel this. Let me bring this back. So, how does this work? Please bring back the laptop. Okay. So, the way this is set up, I can turn this off because we're about to wrap this up here. You create a GPIB device where we interface. This is the GPIB device. This is the address. So we create an interface to a specific address over device. So if I wanted to, I could create another one of these, and I could name this DMM, and then this could be address 7, and then I can have both of them going at once. Okay. Season B, we're probably gonna be stopping here for now, and then we'll be picking up on this again. Maybe tomorrow we'll continue on, because from here we can definitely start doing some actual reforming work. That's all of the pieces needed to do it. Basically, just a loop, limits, and then configuring the power supply over GPIB. This is really, really nice. I am very happy with this. Wow. Okay. But yeah, so I could do that. Do we want to try? We don't have a write or a read. Oh, we do have read, and then number of bytes. Okay. So we could do voltage reads across the rail, essentially. And then we can read here, yank yank from that, paste the letter, boom, but we'll do DMM read. First we have to do the whole thing. Oh gosh. Hold on. Insert DMM, write conf volt DC, and then if I remember correctly, it's max and then resolution. So let's go with 10, comma 0.01, I guess. So that will work. And then I think we have everything we need. Boom. Turn this back on. Go back over to this. I messed something up. I forgot a parenthesis. Do I need to send a command to the GPIB? I did. That was the conf, the configuration thing. It didn't like that. Maybe no comma. Not in every... Oh, you do need to do... Yeah, you're right. A read. That's what it is. Yeah, I need to do a read command. So let's do... I'm gonna copy, yank yank this, and then paste, read. So triggering a read like that will do both a measure and a read all at once. So that should work. Bingo. And then it's stupid scientific notation. It's negative as well for some reason, but that's whatever. Yeah, that's actually working. We can see the voltage is in fact changing and adjusting on there. And I think if I move this over so the light angle is better, we can see that it's different than the multimeter or the power supply, but it seems similar in the amount of change and when it changes. But that's interesting. And then, yeah, it's really dumb that the the 34418 outprints a string that is scientific notation. So I'm going to have to figure out how to convert a scientific notation string. Yeah, drop the LED across. This is the LED across. Unless you want me to just pull it. Boom. So pull it. 3. Because there is no current being pulled now. So I can put it back. Boom. Oh, I don't think you could see anything there. So if I do that, 3, flat, because there's no current draw, and put it on there. Bingo. So I'm extremely pleased with that. Oh, I really think that going any further from here on out is a mistake, and I think I should just let this set and percolate in the back of my mind. Because from here, I have a couple of things I need to look up and work out, and then start writing like an actual program to reform a cap. And I think we're going to start that tomorrow. But I need to look up some things like how do you convert the dumb scientific notation, because this whole thing is really annoying. So we'll want that in something that's actually like readable. But yeah, that's really nice to see that in action like that on a modern computer. Wow. I can feed that to float and you're good. Really? I will try that quickly because I got to turn that on. So I'm going to do float. So this is a byte string of characters. I'm going to guess it doesn't work. Oh my gosh, it does work. Well, that just saved me a bunch of time. Thank you, Tratinio. That's excellent. Okay. And then I can plug the LED in and we can see it change more. I'll flip the leads around so it's actually positive like it should be. Well, yeah, that made it way easier. All right. Cool. So I don't remember from before, does he designate guinea pig caps to test this on? I don't think I actually mentioned that specifically, Wesley. So let me go over that. So tomorrow, I guess, because, yeah, that'll be Sunday. That's the next stream day. Tomorrow, I'm going to take one of the floppy drives for the Compy Pro, and we'll open one of those up, make sure that there are some giant caps in there. I don't actually remember for sure that there are, but there should be. And then we will actually reform one of the giant caps from a Compy Pro floppy drive tomorrow. That's my current plan for a first thing to try and reform, because I have 2 identical drive models, I believe, and one of them I want to get working with my CryoFlux, my floppy board here, because, well, you haven't seen this. Let's go ahead and do this, because this is a whole thing here. Yeah, that did save some real time there. Telling me how to do that. Not having to do the research. It means I can just, yeah, get started on it. Let's see. What do you think the chances are this is just going to work? One moment here. Just going to go to that because then I know it won't show the keyboard. Boom. And the address is... Actually, the address is almost always changing now because I'm restarting the router every time I start the stream. If I go to this, and then hit this button, boom, phone. Okay. So the reason I want to do one of the floppy drives here is yesterday I actually set this up. And this is all of the floppy disks I have that I haven't really gone through. And these are the big thing that I really need to get done. These are 8-inch disk boxes, whoa, that are really hard to move with one hand. But these have actual commercial software for the CompuPros that are on 8-inch floppy disks that I'm going to need to be able to image so that I know that I can actually work with these and not have fear of destroying them or things like that. So not that this whole box is not like actual software, but there's a lot of software in here, and I want to make sure that I have backups of this and that everything is, I'm just doing this the correct archiving solution way. So I have that. These are boxes of 8-inch floppy disks like this. So I have a lot of them I need to go through. And then there are some 5 1/4 inches that came with that stuff too. Those are easy. And then there's also the Data General floppy disks that I would really like to image. So let me go back over now. I really badly want to get started on 8-inch disk imaging because I really badly need to. So that's kind of the way to go. Definitely interested in CompuPro stuff since I just got your 816 booting. Awesome. That is really cool. I have not put power to anything because I'm going to reform the caps first. It's possibly not necessary, and it's definitely not as terrifying as like my Data Generals, but this is a good warm-up for my Data Generals, which is really nice because I mean, it's crazy to think, but the IMSI and the CompuPro are less rare than the Data Generals. Those are like two very rare systems, but they're not on the order of mini computer. So it's they're that era, that are actually even a little older. So they're perfect test beds for this stuff. So yeah. What was that computer next to the 8-inch disc shelving? That wasn't a computer actually. That is a video magnifier. I have a video about it. I modified it to have composite video out. I really need to get rid of it. I've never used it ever, and it's huge and really awful to put somewhere, but I can't bring myself to do it yet. So, but yeah, so then you can just feed that. Okay, did you do catching up on chat here? Yeah, so I want to image those discs, and I want to be able to make new discs from those. I have a couple of sealed boxes of 8-inch floppy disks over there that are like emergency backup. The original discs don't work anymore. So having the ability to read and write 8-inch floppy disks with the CryoFlux is going to be paramount. So getting one of those drives working first is actually what I want to do anyway. So that's kind of why I'm leaning towards that. So that'll work out well. But yes, I think we are pretty much done here for today. Tomorrow we will get back to exactly this and just continue on, but with some actual capacitors. So yeah, so you have to unseal those on stream with full sensory descriptions. Wesley, I should really unseal them in a video because then I can film it in 4K with the good camera that's currently all the way over there because I can't really do that right now. Or maybe we'll hit the camera goal and I'll have the budget to replace this with a better camera, and then I could actually do it in a stream because I could locally record 4K on that and have that footage still. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. You guys gave me a lot of help. We did chase some wild goose with the UDEV stuff, but it was worth it in the end. Thanks to you all still, I was able to get there to the correct way, tux capacitor in that one. But still, I really appreciate it. Let me make sure I get this right. Lost Datagram for the help on the UDEV stuff. Whoa, Green Source. Thank you for the 5 gift subs. Wow. Some more subs for the camera. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's going right towards that. Yeah. I definitely am going to be making some major stream improvements as soon as I can because I'm really enjoying this workflow, and well, honestly, I really enjoy doing these streams in general. They are massively helpful to me just as like doing stuff. Oh, Hype train, really? Oh man, is Wesley, thank you for the 100 bits. The Mesh Potato, thank you for the Prime sub. And you know what? If we're gonna do that a little bit here, I might as well show you this because I am getting close to where is it? Where did it end up? Oh, did it not end up on the SSD? Seriously? It really didn't? Oh, man. Neo Dragon 90, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for the second month. I was not expecting this at the end. I'm very annoyed I don't have the video here. I really thought I put it on the SSD this morning, but I made an SL alpha video, and I've been trying to get a way of popping up the train thing on the stream, but I'm having major difficulties with that because no one supports Linux. So you have the best wishers. I have some really amazing people here, and I definitely am appreciative of them. So for sure, make sure I've caught everyone here. Yeah, but I guess I don't have it on here right now. Oh, wait a minute. Boom. There we go. So eventually you will hopefully be able to trigger that. That's the intention, at least. But yeah, you'll be able to do that with a channel point reward, I'm hoping. And for those of you who missed it, yeah, I'll run it one more time. Boom. So I'm moving it down there. That's probably where it'll end up. But yeah, that's the plan, is the SL train as a redeemable command. I may work on it a little bit more. I might see if I can make it solid rather than hollow, but I think it'll just look black instead of like ASCII text then. But yeah, maybe some more shadow. I don't know. I'm still tweaking it. But yeah, I got it. I'm getting close. So but that's the plan, is for you to be able to redeem that. But yeah, I'm working on it. Working on everything as much as I can. So yeah. But I don't know. Should we I'll let the hype train finish out here so you guys get your emotes and stuff. But yeah, man, this is going to be really cool having this GPIB thing. Man, that is game changing for me. And I'm glad to finally burst the bubble on trying out the screw terminals on the back. I've been putting off doing that on the other two power supplies because they're weird, like screw terminals, not banana jacks. That's so strange. I'm used to my BK Precision power supply I have over here. This is the one that I've worked with the most. And it just has banana jacks right there. And then you can't see because the camera tilted. It's still trying to tilt camera. Yo, cooperate. There we go. Banana jacks. That's what I'm familiar with. But yeah, this thing will... Man, that one is a monster. It's actually lower power output than both of the other ones, but it's a quad rail, so it can do a whole lot. Oh, actually, that one could probably do 4 capacitors at a time. But for right now, I'm just going to set up for 1. But I might end up doing multiple. I don't know. Especially when I start getting into the data general stuff and I just want to fly through once I feel really confident in how all of this is working. That could be really interesting. But yeah, it's been years I've been wanting to get to this stage, so this feels so awesome. I'm really happy with this because I could put some of this stuff away. Definitely gonna have to make some more cables though. I'm lacking in that. Actually, this is like a 10 gauge wire that I have. It's stranded. I have a spool of it somewhere that I couldn't find this morning. I was trying to find that so I could make more cables on the spot, but not sure where that went. in the move, so I'm gonna have to look for that. Might want to order some high gauge cable that's, well, maybe less gauge, because I don't quite need that much, and it's so rigid that it's actually a little bit difficult to get it to position. It's kind of funny, the probes for like the multimeter have cables that are about that thick, but that's just because there's a lot of insulation, not because there's that much wire there. But there is a lot of copper in those. So, yeah. I do have the solid core stuff I can use, but the actual fatigue, that's not a good fit. I don't have too many of those banana jack connectors left either. Those are surprisingly expensive to get ones that don't suck. So, but all right, there's the hype train. You got your guys' emotes for that. I've blathered on enough. I'm really happy with where we're at with this right now. So I'm looking forward to continuing on this and actually reforming some caps tomorrow. I'm really excited to try that. That's gonna be so cool. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and start the outro, which may play the printer thing, because I think I forgot to disable it. Oh no, I got it. Right, okay. Well, thank you guys all for being here. As usual, you were a ton of help as I was doing this, and I am extremely appreciative of that and everyone chiming in. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff you can join if you want to find out about things. If you are a sub on Twitch, just a reminder, you can get into the supporter area on my Discord server where I talk about a lot more stuff behind the scenes of what I'm working on. Just figure it's better to not have all that out in the total public, but a lot of you guys like seeing behind the scenes stuff like that, so, you know, can be fun. But that is it for now. If you are watching this as a VOD on YouTube, you may want to subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, you can head over to here on Twitch and do like a Prime sub, that's free, or you can find me on Patreon. But that is it for the moment, and I will see you next time.